A wee disclaimer here. We're not film experts. We're doing this for fun and to try and shine a light on films which are seen as rotten on movie review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes, and to poke fun at them as well. It's a chance to highlight that the critical consensus isn't always everything.
We'd also like to remind everyone that we're about to go over all the film's details, including the plot. So there will be spoilers. Also, we just want to mention it's okay to disagree with our opinion. If you do, you can tell us and become part of the discussion. With that in mind, thanks for joining us and enjoy!
Hello and welcome back to Rank Rotten, or maybe this is your first time listening to Rank Rotten.
It may well be, if so, welcome.
Welcome, this is the podcast where we talk about rotten films.
We do.
And as we explore, sometimes we discover they're not all rotten, sometimes we discover they're real stinkers.
Yeah, we do. We've really had a mixed bag.
I know, that was my little farmer voice. Because I'm from Forks.
Oh, a little teaser for what's to come. A lot of forks.
Kat, how are you doing today?
I am doing great, thank you, yeah.
Good. I'm feeling alright, but I've had a nice time recently. We had Halloween, right? And we had all our sweets and that, and it was great. And then my birthday, which was, similar, right?
Yes, another year around the sun for you.
Yeah, but now we sit here, and it's like, I'm sitting here with my buttered piece of soreen.
Yeah.
And the treat is that it's butter and not margarine.
There you go. I think that's just a sign of your age.
That's how far we've moved from last time. When it was you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Halloween celebration and sweeties and yay, and now it's back to normal. Soreen and butter.
Yeah, we know how to rock and roll, man.
I am living pretty wild with the butter, to be fair.
Yeah, maybe we'll need to cut back on that.
I really do. It's a problem.
Yeah, it's a financial problem.
Butter's expensive now. I think it was a car. It was Nicola, actually.
I think it was Nicola.
It said, welcome to getting your first house or something. Now cheese. What was that? What did it say?
It said something like, now you'll understand, now you'll appreciate how expensive cheese is.
Aye, that's right. And we do.
And we do.
And we don't appreciate it.
And the thing is, we've been living together for a while. So this was before cost of living crisis. And they started putting it in security boxes.
Did they actually? Mm-hmm. Security cheese.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, right? Speaking of cheese, right? Do you know what doesn't like cheese?
What?
Vampires don't eat cheese.
Do they not? Well, they don't eat anything, do
they? They don't eat anything. No in the Twilight series, which is unfortunately what we're here to revisit today.
This is self-inflicted.
Well, sort of.
Sort of.
I made a decision because the people want what they want, so they're getting the next Twilight episode.
I'm very
bloody movie, whatever.
I'm very thankful that you've picked it.
Oh, great. I'm glad. It certainly made your day when we were watching this.
Yeah.
Anyway, right, I've got me thinking, right, vampires, Twilight, crap vampires, right? Mm-hmm. What's your favourite vampire version of a vampire story or movie or book or whatever? What is that?
My heart of hearts is telling me Buffy, because I've always been a diehard Buffy fan.
Yeah, that's true, because it's kind of been consistent for you too.
It has, yeah, and I just always really appreciated it.
Yeah.
However, in more modern times, I think my favourite ever actually is Midnight Mass.
Oh, well done. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I loved the way it was portrayed. I thought it was really clever.
Demonic vampire in that.
Yeah.
And then the way that the town, the island sort of gets affected bit by bit.
Yeah, such a good series.
That was Mike Flanagan peaked with that. I wouldn't say not with Haunting a Hill House, which is great.
It is good.
And then unfortunately, I think it was the Midnight Gang or whatever it was. What was it called?
The Midnight Club?
Aye, I didn't like that.
I wasn't a big fan of that one either.
Nope.
No.
That one really stunk towards the end, so if you're going to watch it this Halloween, don't bother.
What is your favourite vampire telling?
The Little Vampire. No, I'm joking. I don't know. It's a no bad film, to be fair. But this is going to sound so cliche for somebody in my position, because I can think of all the different ones, but every time it's just going to come back to Max Schreck as Count Orlok in the original Nosferatu film. I think it was 1922. Yeah. That there, for me, is the freakiest, creepiest, weirdest version of a vampire I have ever seen.
It is unusual.
Yeah.
And it is still freaky to this day.
It was. For me, that sort of encapsulates everything about vampire lore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In such a great way. And also, you have a choice of soundtracks, by the way. I was listening to the Nosferatu soundtrack earlier by Christopher Young, who was the guy that did the Hellraiser soundtrack, which I know you know as well.
I do.
Right? Because it's such a good soundtrack. He did a modern version of the soundtrack for Nosferatu, but I'm trying to find at the moment which Blu-ray it has it on.
Do you know what would be incredible? Remember we went to see that film in the Usher Hall where they played the organ?
That was Nosferatu.
Was it Nosferatu? Because I was thinking that'd be incredible, but I've clearly already seen it.
Aye.
Yeah, that was really good. We went with Uncle Sandy.
We did. Uncle Sandy was there. We met him. And then he was sitting, because we didn't get seats together.
Yeah.
But it was Halloween night, and it was at the Usher Hall, and this man came out and he said, I'm just going to play the soundtrack, and I know roughly what I'm going to do, but it's going to be one of a kind, and you'll never hear this again. Enjoy. And he just went away and played the organ.
That's it, yeah. No wonder I thought I would enjoy it, because I did.
Yeah, he did. He did, and it was a good night, man.
It was.
Definitely a night for me that I'll never forget. It was great.
Yeah, it's a shame they don't do that anymore.
I know.
Yeah.
No, I feel like maybe that they might do it again. You never know. It's just because they're not doing it new and haven't done it for the past few years doesn't mean it'll never happen again. So hopefully.
We'll keep an eye out.
Absolutely. Anyway, enough waffling about good vampire films. Let's talk about a really crap one.
Yay!
Sorry, do you know what? I'm going to be more enthusiastic about this. Sorry, guys. That was out of order. I'm going into this, like I do every other movie, with fairness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I plan to look at what I do like about the movie, as well as what I don't like, just like I do with every other movie, Kat.
Give it a fair chance.
Exactly. Anyway, let's talk about some details about the next part of the Twilight Saga.
Off to Forks.
So the actual name for this movie, right, is the Twilight Saga New Moon. So it's not just New Moon or Twilight New Moon, the Twilight Saga New Moon.
Yes, it is.
And the original film was just called Twilight. So they've started a new naming convention on movie 2.
Maddeningly inconsistent.
It came out on the 20th of November 2009.
It doesn't feel like it should be that long ago.
I know, I remember exactly where I was. I don't actually, I have no idea.
Nah, me neither.
The film came out on the 20th of November 2009, Kat.
Which feels like a much longer ago than it should be.
I know, but to me that's like, oh, that was like last year.
I
Like
know.
I didn't calculate that we are where we are in terms of the calendar at the moment.
No, it's like the other day I was thinking about something and I was like, oh yeah, 2030. That's ages off. And I was like, oh no.
It's not that far, man.
Sounds futuristic.
Hey, somebody might be listening to this in 2030 and
Oh, mind blowing.
it's kind of weird. Anyway, the film was a very, very long 2 hours and 10 minutes. And it was a 12A here, which means you have to be 12 years old or accompanied by an adult. I remember when this first started.
Yeah, I
It
think.
was weird, wasn't it? Because you were like, what's that mean? It meant that kids could go and see a 12. It was class.
Yeah.
And PG-13 is a similar thing. It's the same thing, but in the US. Accompanied by an adult in that, as far as I understand it. Oh my lord, right, hold on. The budget on this movie was $50 million. The box office total for this film was $711 million.
It made megabucks.
That is sickening.
It's-
Sorry, quite a number.
It's a lot of money. They got a big return on this one.
Right.
Big return.
Says a lot about humanity, doesn't it?
Yeah, don't linger on it too long.
No.
Keep it light, keep it light.
Yep.
The director of this film was Chris Weitz.
Did he do the first one or not?
He did not.
Ah.
It was written by Melissa Rosenberg, who did do the first one, and the music was by Alexandra Desplat.
Honestly, right, he rocks. And I was one of the things I actually liked about this movie, and I'm sorry to say, I'll go on about this later, because I did try to write things down and liked them, genuinely did, right? And one of them was the music, because it was good. Alexandra Desplat is class, and it really annoys me that, well, it doesn't annoy me, right? I'm really buzzing, right? We get to go and see the Hans Zimmer versus John Williams, because they're going to fight at the Usher Hall, right? As far as I understand it, right?
Yep.
That's what the concert's, that's what it's called. So there must be a boxing match or something, right?
Ding ding.
No, I think they'll be doing music from both composers or something. I don't know how it's going to work, but I'm excited, right? We've got that. We've got the Moomin concert in Helsinki next year, and we've got that's this year.
Yeah, it's in a few weeks.
Oh my God! So that's my lord.
Yeah, that's
Time is getting away from me. Yeah? And we've also got the Stardew Valley one that we're going to.
We do.
So I love these kinds of concerts. But I feel we've actually got the Tim Burton one too.
Goodness,
the
I
Tim
forgot
Burton's
about
movies,
that.
but mostly Danny Elfman music, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
But I'd love to see one of Desplat's music.
Yeah, I think if we have a good route about, we can find one, hopefully.
It would be class. Like, he's done so many. Like, he's done all like Kat got me into the Wes Anderson movies a long time
Wes
ago.
Anderson film.
And he does the music for a lot of those as well. And like,
Yeah, he did Grand Budapest, which is one of my favourites.
and Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Both excellent.
French Dispatch as well. I've only seen it once.
Yeah, we need to watch that again.
But yeah, I think it's because his movies are perhaps not as big, and that may be why we don't see the music come round. But I'm sure we can find something on YouTube.
Oh, goodness, yeah. If it's not on YouTube, it's not worth having. The production studio for this film was Summit Entertainment. It's quite obviously based on a book. And the tagline for this film, you're going to love it, "The next chapter begins."
It's just so lazy.
It is lazy. It's super duper lazy, especially because it's a different book.
Yeah, and totally. It's there's other things you can do. Like, this film is quite scattered in terms of its focus, but there is a large focus on the film is called New Moon, and there's a large focus on Jacob and his Native American sort of community,
Yeah.
and the wolves and all the rest of it. Sorry, spoilers. right, that you could think of something better.
Definitely. Yeah, I feel like it's super duper lazy.
What about Bella bites back? I know she doesn't bite anything, but it's at least punchier than that.
That's good. That's really good.
The synopsis for this film was, after the abrupt departure of Edward, otherwise known as Ed, her vampire love, Bella finds comfort in her deepening friendship with Jacob Black. However, Bella's loyalties are put to the test as she becomes drawn into the world of werewolves, ancient enemies of vampires.
Oh, wow.
Do you know what it makes me think of? It makes me think of Underworld.
The Pants Factory from Coronation Street.
That's what it's called, eh? No, like the Kate Beckinsale movies, like I was mad about those. And I have spoken about this when we did Van Helsing, maybe, I can't mind.
I think we did.
And that's just so much more like fun and like over the top. And this is romantasy, isn't it?
Yeah,
but
this is romantasy.
with like vampire thing sort of. I don't even know what you'd class this as.
Yeah, if it's a spectrum, it's more on the romance scale than it is on
absolutely.
the fantasy scale. There is a direct connection though between these two films and the two franchises, and it's Michael Sheen.
Of course, Michael Sheen plays the lead Lycan guy in Underworld, and he rocks it for a movie that, you know, people might not see as very good. Michael Sheen is pretty good in it.
He is, actually.
Anyway, we're not talking about Underworld. We're talking about Twilight, whatever it is, Saga 2, Bella Bites Back, or whatever it's called, right?
The scores for the Twilight Saga New Moon.
That's the one.
The tomatometer gives it 28%, with the popcorn meter giving it a more favourable 61%.
What's wrong with people? Ken, what? This has got to blow your mind. The cinema score was at A-.
Yeah, I am a bit shocked by that, to be honest.
Honestly, have you ever seen the cinema score card?
I have.
It's super cool. I went on the website a few weeks ago because I was curious when I was looking at the origins of the sort of when it started, which I think was like 1978 or something.
It was, yeah.
Right? The little cards are really cool. You get a little card to fill out, and that's how they do it.
Oh, you get
and it
homework.
asks you a series of wee questions, but it's tiny. It's like just a little card.
That's really cool. I think it's a great idea.
It totally is. I'd love to do it. Nobody's ever asked me, but
They didn't come to Scotland, it's fine.
maybe they didn't. No. I feel like if they were going to come, it would be Everyman. I don't know. I feel like that would be the kind of place where it would be like, would you like to fill out a cinema score card?
Yeah, or the Dominion or the Cameo.
Aye. Sorry, I don't know what that was.
They're no coming to the Odeon.
To be fair, neither do we.
No, we don't.
We're no Odeon fan. We're more of we're view people.
We are viewers.
Hey, but Everyman if it's a treat.
Yes, definitely. We love Everyman.
Yeah. Do you know what would be a treat?
What?
Watching any movie but this one. We just wanted to quickly say, if you're enjoying the podcast, please consider doing a wee rating or a review wherever you're listening.
The more ratings we have, the more people see the podcast, and the more people join our little club.
Aye, that's right. Ratings and reviews increase visibility or whatever, isn't it?
Yeah.
Most popular podcast platforms like Spotify or Apple Podcasts allow you to leave a wee rating or a review. So wherever you're listening, if you can consider doing that, we'd massively appreciate it.
We really, really would.
As well as that, if you'd like to follow us on our socials, they are as follows. Instagram, Threads, TikTok and Blue Sky are all at Rank Rotten Pod. That's at Rank Rotten Pod for Instagram, Threads, TikTok and Blue Sky.
And we're also on Facebook as Rank Rotten, a Rotten Movies podcast. You can also subscribe to us on YouTube, as well as listen to the full episodes there too. That's also at Rank Rotten Pod.
You can also email us at rankrottenpod@gmail.com. You can send us any feedback or let us know what you thought of any of the movies we've talked about, suggest a rotten film, or just say hello. Again, that email address is rankrottenpod@gmail.com.
Anyway, should we get into the plot now?
Totally, let's do it, man. Before we get started, actually, I just want to say, if you want a recap of what happens in the first movie, we covered Twilight earlier this season.
We did.
So you can go and listen to that if you want to. There's also a wee bit of history about the Twilight sort of series and the books and everything. I think we did a little bit of that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Alright, so if you want any of that information, you can go and listen to that episode if you want.
Yeah, and hear how much Mikey loved it.
Oh yeah, it sung its praises, so I did.
Yes,
I
you did.
still feel bad about what I said. I don't.
I was going to say, I think you stand by it.
Anyway, if you want to, you can go back and listen to that one. Just thought I'd say that before we get started on this plot.
Quite wise.
But this one starts on Bella's 18th birthday, and Bella Swan's our main character. She's played by Kristen Stewart. And it's like a dream sequence, isn't it?
It is, yeah. This movie annoyed me from the second it started.
Did it?
Yeah, because they had...
Me too. No, I'm joking.
They had this silly yellow moon showing that it was a new moon, and it had the slowest reveal of the name ever. It took an age.
I've also got to know about this.
Oh, it was so slow.
Right, because the title of the movie comes up, right? But I could think he was Alien, right? the original Alien film, and I can't mind if the rest stay the same. It takes ages for the word alien to come up. Now, it's not that big a deal because it's quite atmospheric and it's like really aesthetically pleasing with the Alien film, but it does take ages, and that's the first thing it had me thinking of.
I can see why, but I would argue that this takes longer. It's so long. It's almost like overly indulgent.
It is, aye.
Ugh.
We also, like, the film starts with a quote as well for Romeo and Juliet, obviously, because that's what they're all reading at school.
Aye, ugh.
I know. Listen, like, I'm not going to sit and bash Shakespeare, man. Like, it's an art form that I don't fully appreciate because I don't fully understand it, all right?
Yeah.
And it's something I'd thought about exploring at some point in my life, but quite honestly, it's no high up on the list at the moment, right?
Yeah, we're time poor as it is.
But it was these violent delights have violent ends, and in their triumph die like fire and powder, which as they kiss, consume.
Lovely.
Hey, so it's like they've raised the bar at the start by giving us a Shakespeare quote. Mm-hmm. So it's all doing healthy here.
Yeah, it really is.
So the film actually then starts with a dream sequence. It's quite clear that's what's going on from the get-go.
Definitely.
Isn't it? And we see Bella in a field with flowers. It's a clearing, like a forest clearing.
Yeah.
And we see her, and there's like this little grandma over the other end, and she's waving to the little grandma, and little grandma's. I'm like, oh, her granny's in this one. That's cute. I don't remember her for the first, genuinely is what I thought. And then Edward walks in and all, and he's already sparkling, getting the sparkles in early.
Yeah.
Right? And then it basically turns out that like Bella's the old woman or something, and there's like a mirror or something, and then she sees herself as old, and then Edward turns around to her and goes, ugh, or something like that. I can't remember.
I think she's like, oh, do you love me?
She starts freaking out. She basically says immediately that she's no happy about growing older, and obviously her boyfriend Edward isn't growing older because he's a vampire, and he's played by Robert Pattinson, obviously.
Yes.
Very accomplished actor, but not at this point in his career. But Edward's a vampire who stopped aging physically at 17, and he's now 109.
Yes, so there's quite an age gap between the two.
Just about it. I noticed when she wakes up, she's also got the copy of Romeo and Juliet lying next to her. Mm-hmm. So they're just keeping that little motif in there for you.
Yes, they do.
I'm pretty sure it fades. We get Romeo and Juliet thrown at us at the start, and then it just pisses off.
Yeah. Well, the assignment's over. Move on.
To be fair, that's what you did here at school. Mm-hmm. But anyway, it's not a very great way to wake up all moody on your 18th birthday.
That's about right, being moody on your 18th birthday.
To be fair, you're 18, you're moody most of the time.
Yeah. Also,
I certainly was, and I'm willing to admit that.
Yeah, not much changed.
Moving on. Charlie, our dad, played by a guy called Billy Burke. He's probably the most talented actor in the movies, all of them, probably.
For sure.
Actually, I'm going to get Michael Sheen later, so...
But Billy Burke is great, and Charlie is the best character in this series, by far.
Aye, totally. But anyway, he gives her a digital camera, high-tech, and a scrapbook from her mum.
Oh, that's nice.
Did not pick that up.
Did you not?
Nope. No. God's sake. He said something to her about her grey hair as well. He's like, oh, you've got grey hair, you're getting old.
Aye, making the joke.
And
classic dad jokes.
And then she freaks out and she looks in the mirror. But this is the thing. She wakes up. She speaks to Charlie. It's her birthday. Charlie tells her about her hair. She gets upset. She goes to the mirror to check her hair. See the whole scene? Her face doesn't change.
Of course it doesn't.
Not even once.
Yeah, she doesn't have facial movements.
Nope.
Don't be
not
silly.
Even a little bit. I feel bad for saying it, but I feel like she's clearly had a successful career somehow. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've not seen her in a lot of things after this, but that's...
Judging by those numbers, maybe she doesn't need to work anyway.
Exactly, 100% she's crying all the way to the bank.
Meanwhile, we've got Robert Pattinson and Mickey 17, and he's in that new film with Jennifer Lawrence that's coming out. It looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, unless we forget he is Batman.
He is Batman now as well, so yeah, he's doing pretty well.
He's fine.
So then Bella heads to school. On the way to school, she hears on the radio that there's some missing hikers. I know.
It must happen quite a lot in that area, though.
Oh, surely. But they think it's animal attacks, don't they?
They do.
She arrives at school and she takes a picture of her friends for the scrapbook. Edward arrives and wishes her a happy birthday, but she's obviously not very happy because now she's a year older than him.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, you're not, because I'm 109.
Yeah, he makes a valid point.
For some reason, when Edward gets out his car, he walks in slow-mo as well.
I think she just sees him in slow-mo at all times.
Maybe. It's stupid.
It is quite stupid and ridiculous.
Sorry. It is ridiculous, though.
I think he looks like he would smell nice.
He's dead, though. So maybe it smells like that.
No, that wouldn't be
Do you know
great.
towards the end of autumn, when all the leaves start to rot?
Yeah.
And it smells really earthy.
Yeah.
I think he smells like that with a bit of fart mixed in. Because I imagine that's what dead things smell like. Fart and dead things.
You've absolutely ruined this image for me.
Yep, good.
Excellent.
Ode to Edward, dead leaves and farts. That's it. The whole part with her friends is painful.
It is.
It was painful to watch. I was annoyed already when this film started. Because it's like, it's just so awkward.
Everything she does is awkward.
They're all right.
They're fine.
They're all right.
They're
right?
normal.
And it's like, can we not do a bit of cast reshuffling here?
Yeah, no.
Like, let's get Eric guy and he can be Edward, right? And then we'll get anyone to play Bella. Literally anyone off the street could do a better job. Sorry.
Wow.
You know what? I better calm down, because see if she ever listens to this, she'll be very upset.
I don't think she'll give a shit.
Okay. She's probably heard worse.
She probably has heard worse.
Listen, I'm going to say this one more time, because I'm going to probably go off on one quite a lot in this episode. You know, she has made a fortune from these movies. She is a successful actress and businesswoman.
Yeah.
I am not.
Nope.
All right?
Yeah.
So
who's the fool here?
Exactly. All right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
there you go. All right? She's got many up on me, but I'm still going to take the piss. Okay?
Quite right. You tell her what she thinks and see how much it bothers her.
It's also impossible to tell when she's joking or her tone in any way because her face doesn't change.
Yeah, I've written down that she's got the enthusiasm of a wet fish.
I'm just accurate. I genuinely couldn't tell if she was happy, if she was sad, nothing. Jacob then arrives and says he was in the area and gives Bella a dream catcher for her birthday.
Aw, nice.
Did Edward get anything?
No.
Didn't think so. And then inside the school, heading to class, we see Edward and Bella bump into Alice and Jasper, who are Edward's siblings. Alice is cool. She's probably one of my favourite characters in the movie because the lady that plays her is actually quite good. Maybe it's because she's next to the others, I don't know. But I genuinely like Alice. So
I think she does a really good job.
I'm excited to see where Alice's story goes in the rest of the series. I'm not even kidding. There you go. So there's a plus from watching the Twilight films. I want to see what happens to Alice. She probably dies, I bet you. And she's played by a lady called Ashley Greene. And Jasper is the other sibling, and he's the one that pure can't go near anybody without trying to eat them, apparently.
Yeah, so he's a newborn.
Aye, not much has changed since the first film either, is it?
No, it's not.
And he's played by a guy called Jackson Rathbone. But, you know, Edward doesn't give her a gift, but Alice and Jasper give her a gift.
They do. They're very thoughtful individuals.
And then they invite her for dinner that night.
Nah.
In English, the class is watching Romeo and Juliet. What a surprise.
Shocker.
And Edward is telling Bella about how jealous he is of Romeo being able to commit suicide, stating that it is not something that is easy for vampires to do.
Oh, what a shame.
He's all like, oh, I'm so jealous because he can commit suicide. He's so pained, isn't he?
He is, yes. He's trying
And is this a thing that people find attractive?
I think people have particularly girls of a certain age, I think, have a thing about tortured souls and all that. Like, he's so deep and he's so, in touch with his emotions and all that.
I know, because like throughout the past few scenes, every time you see Edward, he's making a face like he's having a massive shite. Right? I'm not even kidding. Did you notice it? He's like that all the time.
I think that's just the Edward face is very odd.
We had discussed this at length the last time. Thankfully, Edward's not in this one as often, so...
Yeah.
But then when he comes back, I noticed it more. I was like, oh goodness, there's the faces again.
I think partially it's probably Robert Pattinson trying to keep a straight face while delivering this absolute crud.
Aye.
Right, I don't know if you noticed, but like one child was crying.
Yeah.
One child was
it pans across them and there's like... There's a lot of emotions, a lot of lip biting from some people too.
Yeah.
Some people are swooning, some people are upset.
Yes, very odd.
And Eric's one of the kids crying as well.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I like Eric a lot.
I think Eric's one of my faves.
He's the one I identify with most.
Aww.
And Edward starts quoting stuff as well, and I was just like, oh, go and shut up.
Well, the teacher does that classic thing of when he's talking to Bella, he goes, well, can you repeat back to me what they've just said?
Yeah, aye.
And he's like, aye, I've done it 100 times.
Aye, that's it. So Edward does it, aye. And it's like, he starts rattling it off and everybody's looking at him and that, and it's like, and listening to him intently. And I'm like, see if you did this back with the school we went to, that would have been it. You would have never heard the end of it until the end of your life.
For sure you would be getting
Not the end of your school life, not the end of your university or college life, just your life. Oh, look, there's that wee fanny that quotes Romeo and Juliet. Rest of your life.
You would 100% end up with a nickname Romeo that would last forever.
That's actually true. That would happen. But what I love about it is that he rattles it off and then the teacher just goes, eyes on the screen, people, and just ignores them completely.
So he gets for being a little smart aleck.
I have to say actually, at this point, Kat and I had to put the subtitles on.
We did.
I had no idea what some people were saying. It was literally, there was a bit where Bella in the previous scene, she literally goes, and I was like, what are you saying, man? Mm-hmm. So we had to put the subtitles on.
Yeah, to be fair, I love the subtitles.
So despite her lackey enthusiasm, Edward's adoptive family throws Bella a birthday party.
Oh, lovely.
No Charlie, just Edward's family.
I think even if Charlie did throw her a birthday party, she wouldn't want to go anyway, because she's right wee cow.
She is. She doesn't really seem to always appreciate Charlie.
No,
you know?
she doesn't engage in her own life whatsoever. She's just interested in this new family life she's developing with Edward.
No, because she's dying to be a vampire, basically. Because that's what happened in the end of the last one too. She's dying. She's like, I want to be a vampire, or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, at the party, Edward tells Bella that the existence of the Volturi family in Italy, who are the guardians of vampire law. They're basically the royals of vampiredom.
Basically, yeah.
But the one law that is regularly upheld is death to the vampires. Sorry. The one law that is regularly upheld is death to the vampires who fail to keep their existence as vampires a secret.
Oh dear.
So that is a bit of a problem in the situation we're in now, because Bella knows of their existence. Some others also do, let's face it.
Yeah.
Like the reservation folks.
Yeah.
Do.
Yeah, but they've also got a secret of their own.
They've got a secret of their own. Ooh, what's that going to be?
Can we talk about the Volturi painting?
Yeah, right. There's a few things, right? Firstly, it moves, right? But secondly, it would be the equivalent to us having a picture of a royal on the wall, the king or the queen or whatever on the wall.
Yeah, I think the only reason that I could see why they would have that in their house is because Carlisle was one of them and he is in that painting.
Aye, but have you ever heard of cropping people out?
I don't think you can do that in a painting.
I don't know, like with a Stanley blade and a bit of determination, I reckon I could cut out the rest of the family.
I think you probably could.
I made it kind of sound like I was literally, not just a painting, but actually...
Yeah. But anyway, they've got this historical painting they're using to illustrate
historical magic painting.
Yes, because it moves as they talk. Weird.
Very strange. But Michael Sheen is King Vamp, isn't he? What's his name?
He is Arrow. He is Arrow Volturi.
Cool.
I don't know if they've all got the surname Volturi, but they're called the Volturi family, so...
Must do. Bella says that they should stop discussing it because she can't bear the thought of anyone harming Edward.
Oh, she's so burdened.
I know. And pained. Edward says that the only one who can hurt him is Bella, but Bella mentions that Victoria is out there and will come for Edward one day.
One day she will. Comes
out the blue, but she's talking about Victoria, who was a character from the previous movie, who was one of the little trio of vampire baddies. Her and, what's his name, Laurent. Was one of them, and I don't remember the other one. I actually have Twilight knowledge now, it transpires, because I don't have that written down anywhere. So,
well, there you go.
But anyway, she's worried about Victoria coming back, and then it's kind of dropped for a wee while, mentioned again later. Carlisle lived with the Volturi for a few decades, as Kat just said, but they were very refined and had no respect for human life.
That's a shame.
No, it's no great, and unlike other vampires, the Volturi have deep red eyes. I did notice that, actually.
Yeah, they're really vivid red. While the Cullens tend to have these kind of goldeny browny eyes.
I know, I did notice that, and I noticed later on Edward when he looks really tired, like he's not fed. His eyes are all like pale and stuff, which is kind of a nice attention to detail. And actually, the fact is, one thing I did notice here is that it doesn't look like it was filmed on a frickin'
flip phone,
an iPhone 3, like. You know what I'm saying? It looked way better. The production values here were massively increased. I felt it looked better.
I agree with you 100%.
But when she's worried about Victoria, Edward's making some mad faces again. He does a creep smile, like, oh, you're gonna protect me, are you? And he's like, it's just really odd.
Yeah,
and I honestly found it unsettling. I'm like, why is this guy's face so strange?
It is really strange. I feel like they've really upped the paleness in this one. Like,
yeah.
He's so pale. So Bella heads downstairs after they looked at their lovely Volturi painting that every vampire family apparently has. And she is unwrapping gifts. During this vivid and ferocious unwrapping, she managed to get a paper cut.
Off wrapping paper.
Off wrapping paper. Which...
I've never had that happen.
Yeah, I've opened some presents in a fervour before, and I've never once cut myself.
Well, like you said before, like you're kind of like trying to fob off like when you were a kid, but I've seen you ferociously open a present on every birthday and Christmas.
Yeah, and I've never once given myself a paper cut. Also,
I get really annoyed when people are unwrapping presents and they take the tape off, right? And then they take it out. I'm like, just rip it, it's to be ripped. You know what I mean?
That's the whole point.
It's designed to be destroyed. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not going to fold it up and keep it.
No, exactly.
Just get in it. Go. It's your one
But
time.
didn't get a paper cut, especially when you're in a room full of vampires.
Exactly. And yeah, they have that kind of, oh no, moment when it happens. Especially because Jasper's in the room. And as we said earlier, he is a newborn, so has much less control.
Yeah, he's like...
Yeah, absolutely. So Edward has the great idea of, rather than like, grabbing her and running at the building, at super speed, which he has.
He does have that, yeah.
He does. He pushes her.
Yeah, this whole scene is mad, right? So she gets a paper cut. Edward's like, I've got to protect you by shoving her with his vampire mega force, right?
Yeah.
She goes flying across the room through like a dresser, like solid wood dresser,
Yes.
and then cuts her arm ferociously, right?
Yeah.
So now she's actually pissing blood, right?
She is. She's a proper deep laceration.
So, like, between the slow-mo, right, the smash for safety, right, the freaking cut, it's actually hilarious. I was deep.
Oh,
It's
honestly.
so big, it's bizarre.
It's so strange. So strange.
But they all can't hack it, and Carlisle has to get them out of the room. And even Alice is like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no, Alice, stay.
I know. And I feel for Alice because she's obviously trying to look after Jasper as well, and it's a really awful
Oh,
position.
Jasper, it's a nightmare. And she's like, give me some blues. You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't quite say that, but you can tell she wants it.
Yeah, she does.
But then Carlisle's all like, oh, I'll just stitch you up because I'm super cool.
Yeah, he's like, let's go into my office and do this. And
Yeah.
It's like, well, to be fair, at least he's taken her out of the way. And yeah, so he goes to stitch up her wound, and he talks about how being a vampire is being condemned, and that's the real reason that Edward will not agree to change her.
Yeah, so it's like you give up your soul to be a vampire. It's a very, very classic piece of vampire lore,
It is.
which Stephanie Meyer is who wrote the books. Sorry, I can't remember if we said that earlier.
I don't think we did.
Stephanie Meyer wrote all these books. She bent vampire lore considerably, and people were miffed about it. I said this last time, so I'm not going to go on about it again, but I just think that if you're creating a story, you can kind of go any way you want with it.
Absolutely.
There's no rules. If you want to write about vampires, you can write about vampires that turn into werewolves, that turn into freaking flying mega beasts. Like, it doesn't matter. It's your story.
Definitely.
So,
It's your story. You can do what you like. If people don't like it, they don't have to read it.
exactly. See that? I'm sticking up for Stephanie Meyer.
Who saw that one coming? Not me.
Neither did I when I was having to unpack boxes and boxes of Breaking Dawn and sticker them and all that when I worked in the bookshop.
Oh, God. I bet they sold like hotcakes.
It was like a midnight opening scenario. It was crazy. I wasn't there. I was in bed.
You were on the morning shift.
Aye.
You don't really hear about books having like midnight launches anymore. There's
People
not
don't
really-
care enough.
It's weird, eh?
People don't care enough because they can go and get it on their Kindle and download it in an instant,
That's also true.
you know?
Mm.
Whereas I actually love, like, I've got a Kindle and I use it for some books.
Mhm.
But actually, my favourite thing is when we go down to our local bookshop in a local town, Portobello, just up the road.
Yeah.
They've got an amazing bookshop. Portobello Bookshop is awesome. It feels like a proper premium shop. It's lovely inside.
It is a lovely
The
shop.
staff are always so helpful. You can order books in. So I tend to order them in and go and get them.
Yeah.
Shout out for Porty Books. It's class. I love it.
A lovely shop.
But you're right. You didn't have that same vibe now, do you? To be fair, I pre-ordered a few books a few months ago, and I had this whole thing where I got a text and I went to pick them up, and it was all very exciting.
yeah.
And it felt much more like that again. It was nice to recapture that a wee bit.
Okay.
So I would recommend. And then weirdly, like when he's stitching Bella up, she's grabbing his shirt.
Yeah.
She's kind of grabbing his side. It's kind of weird. And I'm like, why is she grabbing his side?
It's very weird, and I don't know whether it's to do with like the position her arm needs to be in to stitch it shut properly.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
it is still very odd.
But what really cracks me up about this scene is the finale when he goes, oh, okay, what? I'll just burn this bloody rag
Yes.
on the desk.
Yeah, so he's got this bowl with all the bloody rags in it, and he sets it on fire.
It's like this is a daily occurrence. Ah, yes, the blood bowl. Come on, I mean, it was so weird.
So weird. Very, very odd choices.
We were like, he was burning it. Like, I understand the idea of burning it, but to have this little sort of setup all ready to go,
Yeah.
maybe Carlisle's just that prepared. He does seem like that kind of guy.
He does seem like that kind of guy. And I guess you've got to dispose of clinical waste somehow. So Edward takes Bella home from the very successful party in her beloved truck.
Beautiful truck.
In her beautiful truck.
To be fair, I like that she still has the truck.
Yeah.
She gets the truck. Is the first thing we see Bella get in for the first sort of few Bella scenes in the original Twilight films. She gets that truck, and she's still got the truck.
I think part of the trivia last time was that Kristen Stewart actually kept that truck.
Ah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. I forgot that.
Well, there you go. Little trivia snippet for you there.
Trivia snippet.
And they have this really weird interaction, because of course they do,
Yep.
where Bella's like, kiss me, and makes this really weird noise. when
She
they're
does.
kissing.
She's kind of like,
But
it's
yeah.
weird. It might come up again later, just saying.
It may well. But yes, so Edward has seen her home safely, but he does treat her a bit like a child that I don't love.
Yeah, there's this whole thing as well about they clearly, like, Bella worries that they can't work. That's what this is about. And she's correct.
Yeah, she is
Fact.
correct.
They
Yeah.
can't work. So I am curious to see how the relationship develops beyond this point. Because they can't work. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
When we see her with Jacob later, you're like, that's it.
Interesting that you're Team Jacob.
No, I'm no team anybody. All right, neither of them. They're both a couple of a-holes. I don't care, right? Just, all I'm saying is, this woman, young woman, Bella, belongs with the Jacob, because I feel that relationship has potential.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Whereas the relationship with Edward is doomed. We've seen it time and time again. You know, we just watched. Kat and I had Kat was on holiday. We had a day where we watched all of Lord of the Rings. It's one of my favourite things to do. The whole thing in a day, 12 hours. Right, it was great. We sat on the couch. We had snacks. We had pizza. It was great.
It was good.
The story in that with Aragorn and Arwen, it's the same story.
Yeah.
Apart from Edward can't give up his immortality. He has to keep it. So the only way for this to work is if she turns, which obviously will come up soon.
Maybe.
Also, I noticed here, like, why does Bella look so disgusted the whole time? Like, she's always walking around with a pong of, I don't know, dead leaves and farts around her, you know?
Yeah.
I think this backs up my theory of how he smells.
Maybe, but she seems super into it. Just like her face isn't saying that, but you know her actions do.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll be marketing that eau de toilette somehow.
Oh, the toilet, more like.
Oh, very good.
Sorry.
So we see Bella taking full advantage of her scrapbook, and she has printed out the photos that were taken on her new camera, including one of her and Edward at her birthday party before it all went tits up.
This is the scrapbook I forgot existed because I just genuinely didn't know until like today.
Of all the details that you missed in the film, it's not a big plot device you're fine.
There's too many details, and it's really important that I paid attention to them. So, you know, if I missed the scrapbook, I missed the scrapbook. Exactly.
There's many other things that I'd rather you're paying attention to. But anyway, she does
this
like
really... paint drying.
Yeah. She does this really weird thing where she's got this photo of her and Edward, and then she folds herself out of the picture.
Aye, why does she do that?
I think it's just another reflection of the fact that she's worried about getting old.
Well, so she's just like, I'll just die and then it'll just be Edward.
Yeah, she's like, I'll just not take any pictures of myself so I don't remember when I'm young. Which is
I think that is the thinking. I don't know.
That sounds like teenage thinking to me.
Yeah.
But it also shows that, yet again, there's a bend in vampire lore here in that he clearly has a reflection in the camera.
Yeah, because I think some vampires, you can't see them in a photo.
Yeah.
Can.
Yeah, it's a weird one. Like, I think it's not one of the main tenets of vampire lore, but I think people will have a view on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also see a scene where Edward has crept into her room while she is at school.
So weird.
Yeah, and is looking at the scrapbook and sees the folded photo of himself, and he tries to unfold it.
I was just like, why is he in their room? What's going on?
Yeah, why is he not at school? Why is there another?
I sort of went like that. I'm not kidding. I sort of went, I'm just going to pretend this whole bit didn't happen because it makes no sense.
Quite
and I don't feel like it's going to have any bearing on the story. So I was like, I'll just forget it.
I'm so proud of you. You're going into these movies with the right attitude.
Aye. The right attitude is to just literally switch off your brain. Sorry for the twihards out there, but I'm giving it a shot, guys, alright?
We are giving it a shot. Bella's returning home from school, and Edward's there. He has realised that how much danger he is putting Bella in by her associating with him and his family. And he's like, take a walk with me in the forest. And that he reveals that him and his family are planning to leave Forks. He says, but not with you.
It's brutal, eh?
It's really bad. It's like, God, he's so mean.
But basically, the whole idea here is that he says basically that people are noticing Carlisle has been there for so long and has not aged in 10 years.
Yeah.
So that's why he's like, well, they're starting to notice, so we're going to have to leave.
Yeah, and this is before Botox was super duper mainstream. So, you know, people were starting to ask questions. But I think he was trying to do that thing, like Edward was trying to do that thing where he's like, I'm going to be so mean to them that she'll fall out of love with me.
Yeah.
And I don't really like that sort of chat. Especially considering that once he's finished his little mean tirade and he's like, yeah, I think it's better if we just don't see each other ever again. He's like, I'll leave and you'll never ever see me, but you've got to promise not to put yourself in any danger.
Aye, so basically she's like, cool, I'll just put myself in danger then. And that's what happens ultimately, right?
Basically.
But he tells her that he doesn't think she belongs in their world as well, which is he's purposely trying to be like, do you know what it reminded me of?
What?
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Okay.
Do you remember Auntie in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
No.
Is the big aunt that they befriend.
Okay, I have met that
And
aunt.
then he's trying to get the aunt to go away and he's like, go away, I don't want you anymore. And Auntie's so cute and you're like, no. And that's what it reminded me of. But apart from, I cared about that one and not this.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And as I say, like, I think the whole mean break thing I can get until he then, like, he's like, oh, well, you know, we'll just have one last kiss. And he kisses her on the forehead and it really creeped me out. Because it's like, don't. Like,
it's like a mafia thing. It's like, oh, you're marked for death. Or so, I don't know.
But
is that what the mafia do? I
don't think they kiss you on the forehead,
okay.
No. But I just don't like it. Like, either break up with me and just leave.
Yeah.
But don't take a step near me. I think that's a me thing, though. Just written, no. Next to that.
The whole thing's really mean.
Yeah, and when Edward is saying about, like, don't do anything reckless, he's like, for Charlie's sake.
Aye, it's weird, man.
Yeah, I think he's worried that she's not going to be mentally stable when he's not there, and he's not wrong.
Maybe he could have took her aside and had a conversation like an adult. And maybe not even in the forest, maybe in a room somewhere with some hot drinks and, chill out a bit, relax, and maybe explain the situation that we're having to leave and this is what's happening. Instead of being an absolute grade A creep, taking her into the woods and being an absolute dick to her.
Yeah.
That's not really going to help. He's a fud.
And then, to top it off, the cherry on the cake is that he leaves her there.
He does.
I kiss on the forehead. I'm going away now.
Kiss in
Bye.
the forehead. You're marked for death. I'm away.
Yeah, mafia hit on the way.
Bella faints with sadness.
Yes, Bella does.
That's what happens now, isn't it?
That is, yes. So she wanders around in the woods looking for Edward, even though he is extraordinarily fast. So if he wanted to get away, he could. But she wanders so long that it turns from day to night, and she faints/falls to the ground.
Yeah, and it's like her soul is supposed to be absolutely crushed here.
Yeah.
Her world has been turned upside down.
Yep.
Yet her face remains the same.
Yeah, emotionless.
Yep.
Emotionless and stanky face. And she's also got dirty.
Yeah, she's really dirty now because she fell in some dirt. I don't know.
Even before she fell, she managed to get dirt on her.
Oh, here she comes, Dirty Bella.
I know, Dirty Bella's here.
Dirty Bella and Romeo. That's their nicknames.
There you go.
Oh, here comes Romeo and Dirty Bella. That's what the kids at school say.
Yeah, that's it. They can never return to school ever again. So Sam Yulee, who's a new character for this film.
Who?
Sam Yulee.
Well, I'm just going to roll it, okay.
He's one of the Quaalude members, and he wasn't really in the last one, but he's in this one.
Is that is that like the... Wait.
He's the leader of the pack.
Oh, right, okay, cool. I get who you mean.
Good job.
Yeah.
He finds Bella in the woods and carries her back home shirtless.
Yeah, it has to be shirtless. And also, like, this is the other thing. She's gone for about 5 minutes, it feels like, and there's a huge search party. Charlie's there like, oh, we need men stationed here, blah, 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 blah. There's no quite that, but there is a big group of people in their house, and Charlie's like, mass panic stations. Bella didn't come home from school. We need a search party.
Well, I think he's right, because firstly, clearly it's gone from day to night. She didn't go in the house after returning from school, so he's not seen her come home. Also, I think it's a testament to Charlie that he's clearly phoned around, and you saw how many people were there waiting to do the search party for Bella.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of pals. He is a popular man and our favourite character.
Yeah, he is. He's a popular man, but, and yeah, favourite.
Mm-hmm.
Next to Alice, I like her too, so,
Okay.
Right? But what I learned here is that everybody cares about him, but maybe not so much Bella.
Yeah, they were all doing a lot of prep for the search.
Charlie, we're doing this for you, right? No for Dirty Bella.
Yeah, I think that's only reasonable. But yeah, Sam returns her safely to her home. Edward's departure has obviously left her totally heartbroken and depressed, and we see a little time montage of her depression.
Okay. This film does a couple of strange things. It's a really odd thing because they try to throw in these little random sort of things where they're trying something new.
Yeah, try to be arty.
And that can work, but it doesn't land, I don't think.
No, it's really inconsistent in this film.
And in this occasion, it's her sitting in a chair being sad, which she's quite good at, right?
Yeah,
Granted, right?
That's the face, that's the setting her face goes on.
Totally.
Yeah.
She's there being sad and she's looking at the window and the seasons are changing outside and it's coming up with the month names at the bottom and the camera's sort of rotating round her.
Yeah.
So you're seeing the window and then you're seeing like autumn leaves falling and then it goes round again and then it's snowy and she's just like, I'm so sad.
Yeah. My favourite of this, and I like to think we can maybe rename this montage, is the Charlie doing all the work montage.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, in October, he's raking up all the leaves. In December, when all the snow comes, he's like
Shoveling
dragging a
the
Christmas
snow
tree and he's
Christmas
shoveling the
trees
snow and stuff.
Yeah.
He is doing all the work, and he's clearly just letting her do her depressed thing.
Did I just make that up? Maybe he doesn't shovel snow, but he probably did. So
I'm not sure if he shovels snow, but he definitely brings on the tree and definitely rakes leaves. So he's doing his good gardening work.
I think that maybe, like I said, they were trying to do something different. They were trying to make a point and they were trying to be arty, which they absolutely cannot do with Kristen Stewart.
No, they cannot. I think there's not a lot to work with, script-wise, and I think that she was probably a little bit out of depth.
She was a young woman as well. Like
Yeah.
I'm sitting going, like I'm going to continue to do so because that's what I'm doing here,
Yeah.
right? And I'm no attacking Kristen Stewart as a person at all.
No.
She knows that her performances in these movies suck. She does.
She must.
She must do. But everybody has to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Now, another example of this is the awesome, and I really like her, is Anya Taylor-Joy, right? She is absolutely despises her performance in The Witch, or The Vivitch, if you prefer, right?
Yeah.
She despises her performance in it, and she says that she's embarrassed by it.
Oh, that's
Now,
a
when I
shame.
watched that movie, she rocks in it.
Yeah, I
but
thought
she
was
doesn't
pretty
like
good.
the way she is in it. But this is the difference as well. Like, she was a young girl in that movie, and she was good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we talked about Alex Vincent when we
Yeah.
did Child's Play 2.
Yeah.
I mean, he was wee then, and he was good as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I don't know, maybe Kristen Stewart does have acting chops that she should be exercising, but the problem is that here she has been bound by the material she is given, and so it's maybe perhaps limited her range. I don't know. I'm just trying to explain it.
I definitely think you're right that she's trying her best to portray Bella as she is portrayed in the books, but unfortunately there's not a lot of depth there.
Yeah. So anyway, from now on, I'm going to continue to take the piss, all right?
Sounds fair, and it's only going to get easier as she has apparently developed night terrors.
Oh, my lord. Right. Now, this had me in stitches. Because I don't know if she's got night terrors or she's just randomly screaming at night. I don't know. And Charlie is pulling his hair out at this point about the whole thing.
Oh, I feel
But
so sorry for
just,
Charlie.
just to give you a wee bit of a glimpse into some of these night terrors, I may have taken a couple of excerpts, which isn't something we normally do here. But this cracked me up so much, I decided to do it. So here's a couple of examples, just how, you know, how Bella's reacting to the whole situation. And you think that's bad? She sounds like a pig being slaughtered.
She does sound like a little piggy.
It's wild.
It's the noises she was making were unreal. She should have been a scream queen.
She basically is after that performance.
Yeah, as I say, I could not live with that.
No.
So during this time that we see her in her depressed wallow,
Her depressed, screaming, just randomly screaming state.
yeah, she's catatonic at points.
Yes.
She keeps sending emails to Alice and we get like this inner monologue the whole time, but the emails to Alice are bouncing back.
So Alice isn't getting any of them. So there's this weird inner monologue for a lot of the movie now where she's just like talking to Alice, but Alice isn't there.
Yeah, but she seems to be sending an email every day and it's still just bouncing back, so not even getting delivered.
Yeah, I feel like it's her way of certain. I actually think she's trying to journal and that's what she's trying to do.
Yeah.
But there are better ways to do that than to send emails to a non-existent email address that doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, pen and paper,
Yep.
little notebook, you're sorted. Dear diary.
Dear diary, today I was sad and I woke up screaming again.
Just get that as a stamp and put it on every day.
No, it's just like, dear diary.
How many ahs are in that?
Oh dear. So basically, this bit it gets to the point where Charlie has essentially had enough of the situation.
Yes, he has,
Isn't
and I
he?
don't blame him.
No, he basically says that I'm going to send you back to live with your mum in Florida. I think that might be the best thing for you. I'm not sure being here is the best for this situation right
It's
now.
not healthy.
And he's I think he's quite openly says he's quite scared, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's it.
What?
You're going to Jacksonville to live with your mother.
I'm not leaving Forks.
Bells, he's not coming back.
I know.
It's just not normal. This behaviour. Quite frankly, it's scaring the hell out of me. And your mother. And what kind of behaviour is that, you ask? Maybe, I don't know.
Imagine that at 3 a.m. Oh, I'm surprised he hasn't shipped her off sooner. 3 months of that.
See when he's
I'm
like, scared, when he's like, I've had enough of this, you're going to Florida. That's literally because his ears are ringing and he's had enough. He's like, I can't sleep at night.
Yeah.
He scream during the night.
He's got tinnitus. He's trying to take the night shift every time. It's not good for his health.
Oh, my lord. And by the way, we're taking it back because this thing with the screaming is never really explored. You don't know why she's doing it. You don't know what she's dreaming about. If she's even dreaming. If she's just randomly screaming. It's not really explained.
It's
In
not.
any way.
At no point also to seek medical intervention.
No. I mean, for something like that, you'd probably be like, I think we need to maybe go to the doctor and maybe speak to them about your situation at the moment and be more supportive. But then Charlie's doing everything he can. And
Also, the US medical system.
yeah, I don't even know how that minefield works. So, do you know what I mean? But anyway, obviously Bella refuses and agrees to spend more time with her friend. She's like, I'll tell you what, I'll stay, but I'll go out with Anna Kendrick. How's that?
Sounds like a plan.
Sound. I would do that. She is Princess Poppy in Trolls movies.
She
She seems like she'd be a hoot.
Yeah, especially she's excellent at scrapbooking, so she can get her that scrapbook up to scratch.
Oh my god, Poppy is. Yeah, that's all she does is scrapbooking in the Trolls movies.
Mm-hmm.
Love those movies, man. Do you know what? Now that the spookiness is sort of out the way, I think we should watch those movies again.
Yeah,
They're just so much fun. Ozzy's in one of them too.
Yeah, he is.
God rest his soul.
Excellent films.
So basically, we see her going out with Jessica, who is Anna Kendrick, and they go to see a movie, don't they?
They do.
Also, just to say, the movie is called The Dead Come Back.
Oh, catchy title.
Amazing title.
Not lazy at all.
You see it in the background in the cinema thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, honest, it's unreal. There's some more movie titles later which are just as bad, by the way.
Terrible.
It's absolutely horrendous.
Mm-hmm.
After they see the movie, Jessica has a bit of a monologue which just absolutely cracked us up. And I dare I say it, it was fun writing and it was funny.
It was good.
I don't know why you want to sit through all those zombies eating people and no hot guys kissing anybody. It's gross. It's like, why are there so many zombie movies anyway? Is it supposed to draw a parallel about leprosy? My cousin had leprosy. It's not funny,
It is funny. It is funny. I'm sorry, it is.
It is.
But I mean, Anna Kendrick's little monologue about leprosy is infinitely more entertaining and interesting than anything we've had so far.
Yes. And I think that's why it stood out so much.
It honestly cracked me up. But my cousin had leprosy.
Squirrels have leprosy.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should be a bit more pissed about them coming into the garden.
No, don't worry. It's squirrel leprosy. It's not going to be contagious to us.
I might get squirrel leprosy and I'll turn into like in that movie Black Sheep where the guy's like half sheep.
Yeah.
It'd be like maybe like half squirrel and half man. I'd be like, give me some dirt. Like that. But,
The faces, man.
hey, anyway, Bila.
Bila.
Bella sees a group of guys on motorbikes and it reminds her of a scene from the previous movie where she gets assaulted by a bunch of guys and Edward saves her.
Mm-hmm.
So she goes towards them because she's like, if I get myself in... Clearly, this is what her thinking process is. If I get myself in danger, Edward's going to appear, so I'm going to try.
Yeah, and the guys are catcalling her as well.
Aye, it's weird.
And it's very weird. And also, I just don't think you should be encouraging that sort of behaviour.
Nope, absolutely not. So anyway, she goes towards them and Ghost Ed just appears out of nowhere.
Yeah.
This ghostly image of Edward and he's like, did he do that? What does he say? I don't care what he says.
I don't know what he says either, but it's not far off what you just did.
He warns her off, basically, and it's really odd and it's like kind of out of nowhere. And you're like, so can they be like, force ghost travel or something? I don't get it.
I don't get it either. It raises more questions than answers, if I'm being honest. Because his power supposedly is to read minds.
Yeah.
But he famously can't read her mind.
No.
So...
And this is something that comes up again later, this idea that they can't always interact with, they can't always use their powers on Bella for some reason. But Bella is such a wee brat here. She's getting on the guy's motorbike and she's like acting the goat, eh?
Yeah.
And she's going to get in your motorbike. And I can't quite remember what happens, but she ends up on the back of the bike. Jessica does nothing to stop this.
Well, no, she's gone quite mad.
Aye, but she doesn't try and pull her or stop her or be like, what are you doing? She just kind of lets her run into a group of motorcycle guys.
But the thing is, she's clearly been exhibiting bizarre behaviour for a while, because like...
And Jessica's had enough, and she's like, do you know what? To hell with this.
She really has. Like, she's like, oh yeah, I was surprised when you called me kind of out of nowhere, because it's really been like 3 months at least
Aye.
that she's not been in contact with them. So, nah. And she's like sitting alone at school and stuff.
Well, obviously at this point, Bella discovers that all this sort of thrill-seeking behaviour sort of brings Edward's image in front of her and he appears. So she deliberately obviously puts herself in harm's way, so she gets on the bike so she can see Edward's image warning her not to be reckless, and she does this quite a bit.
Yeah, she does. Very unhealthy.
That's it. She's on the bike and it basically evokes Edward's image, but she safely ends up off of the bike, I think.
Yeah, she does.
Next we see that she goes to see Jacob on the reservation with some scrap motorbikes, I think.
Yeah, she does.
And obviously it's Jacob, who is played by Taylor Lautner.
Yes.
But he's quite cheerful and he eases her pain over losing Edward a wee bit. They spend some time together.
Yeah, they're quite cosy pals.
But she makes a comment, Jacob, about the way he looks and that he's somewhat developed for a 16-year-old.
Jake, you're like buff. How did that happen? You're like 16. I don't get it.
Age is just a number, baby. What are you, like 40 now? What? The whole line is terrible. Oh my God, you're like, so buff. It's like,
weird. So super duper weird. And also the thing is, throughout this movie, there's people making jokes about age.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Aye.
It kind of gets a bit tiresome.
It does. Also, like, that impression that you did sounded very stilted. And that's because that's how she sounds in the movie.
Yeah, she's got a really odd delivery.
Very odd speech patterns and stuff's like really broken. It's like they only had one shot and they took it.
Yeah.
Which they didn't have because they had a bigger budget this time. So
yeah,
there's not really any excuse. All the shortcuts and nonsense that happened in the first one and all the problems and all the, that shouldn't have been an issue as much here, surely. But
you would think not, but it's clearly the style they've chosen to go with.
they're listening to music at one point where they're working, and Bella just decides she doesn't like music anymore. Not just this music, or not just that type, just music as a whole.
Yep.
Which to me is absolutely insane.
It is wild. Like, no more music. That's it. I'm done with music in my life.
The only reason I'm listening to it now is because I'm doing this.
Yeah.
When I'm editing, I listen to music.
When you're sleeping.
Sometimes, yes. It's just an alien concept to me.
Yes, it's a very bizarre, very extreme reaction, which suits Bella down to the ground.
And so she gets introduced to some of the little pack guys, doesn't she?
She does.
And there's this guy that's just like, I'm Quillatera. And it's so random. And because he gets introduced as Quill, and she's like, this is Quill. And then the guy just kind of goes, I'm Quillatera.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, why did they do that?
I don't know.
Just to give the guy a line? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
It was so random and weird. I was like, what's going on? And then there's some general roughhousing as well.
There is.
They start roughhousing. Ooh, roughhousing.
Yeah. Oh, boys. Rambunctious.
That is it. It's genuinely like that.
It is. At one point, I think it may be when they get introduced, that she is sitting on the world's smallest stool. She's sitting cross-legged on this little tiny stool, and I'm like, why is it so small?
But anyway, the Quaalude leader is a guy called Billy Black, and he's like the elder, isn't he?
He is, yes.
And he's Jacob's disabled dad. He's got a wheelchair, isn't he?
He is in a wheelchair, yeah.
Bella asks Jacob to fix the 2 dirt bikes that she's brought for the junkyard. And basically, I think this is because she wants that adrenaline rush and she wants to see Edward again. So she's thinking, if I get these bikes fixed and Jacob helps me, I might see Edward again.
Yes, that's right.
Not really thinking, well, actually, you get to spend time with Jacob, and actually, he's no bad.
Yeah, he's not bad.
The werewolves are cooler anyway. I've always said this, and I stand by it. If there's a vampires versus werewolves scenario, I'm always on the other side.
So would you say you're team...
Not team anyone. Stop making me in a team. I don't want to be in a team, right?
Okay.
Aye, so Quill, Atera, and Embry are Jacob's pals. But Bella and Jacob spend a lot of time together rebuilding the bike, and they're bonding. There's bonding going on.
There's lots of bonding, and it's a cute wee montage, including one of my favourite transitions in movie history.
Oh, is it the pizza slice? Oh, right, okay. So we mentioned earlier on about the RT trying new things.
Yes.
But unfortunately, the tone of the film, I guess, has to be consistent with what you're trying to do. So when you throw in a random bit like this, it doesn't really land. And it sticks out. And what happens is she takes a delivery of pizza to the garage, right? And then she pulls out a slice and she throws a slice to Jacob, which is really random, right?
Yeah,
anyway.
I don't want people to throw slices of pizza
and
at me.
he's not really looking, and he catches it in his hand. But when he catches it, it's like a spanner or some shit. I can't remember.
Some sort of wrench.
Some sort of wrench, right? But the transition's really, why is that there?
I don't know. It's a very
to show the
odd
passage
choice.
of time. Oh, they're ordering pizzas. Oh, he's catching spanners. I don't know. I didn't ken. Doesn't he land?
How did you spend your weekend? Catching spanners.
Catching spanner. I am the spanner. So we've got Romeo, Dirty Bella, and the spanner, right?
Sorted.
And it's a similar idea, like I said, with the time passing thing that they tried. Doesn't land either. I don't think, anyway.
I agree with you. It was very odd.
Aye.
Super odd and quite jarring.
Bella continues to write to Alice via emails for some reason, even though they're not going anywhere.
Aye, she's not getting them.
Charlie tells Bella that she should learn to love Jacob, who is good for her. What he actually says is, sometimes you've got to learn to love what's good for you.
Definitely.
That is a good little quote. And to be honest with you, never in a month of Sundays did I think I was going to walk away from a Twilight film with a quote that is actually relevant to me and to probably many others.
Definitely.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's quite a nice thing. And I think it also just is really true to who Charlie is,
Aye.
like as a character. It actually feels like he's getting more fleshed out,
Aye.
which I'm here for.
Totally. And I like the idea, it's like, oh, what do you want for tea? Well, actually, I want a pizza, but I'm going to have to learn to love this chicken breast and vegetables. Yeah. But that's just an example in my real life that you would have. But it's just it's a really good quote, and I think it's, quite profound for this film. It feels like it feels out of place, maybe.
It does feel a bit out of place, but we did enjoy it.
So Bella and Jacob are in the truck, and it's a really weird one because they're having this weird conversation about how basically Jacob's like, if you didn't have the bikes, would you still hang out with me? Do you want to spend time with me or no, or is this about the bikes? And I think she kind of agrees that she's enjoying spending time with them.
Yeah, I think she is.
But it is so awkwardly put together, awkwardly written and awkwardly delivered. The conversation was very stumbly and not comfortable to watch in any way. And there's a lot of that in this film.
There is a lot in this film.
The dialogue is absolute trash in a lot of cases.
I agree.
Sorry. No holding back today.
No holding back.
They basically see some randoms jumping off a cliff, eh?
Yes, they're not randoms.
Right.
They are...
They're reservation guys. Maybe some of the guys we've seen earlier, maybe Quillatera. I don't know if he's one of them.
I think it is Quillatera, actually.
Sweet.
I was just going to say that. I think it's Quillatera and Embry, and he says, like, Jacob mentions that they've gone off and they started following Sam, who was the guy who rescued Bella from the forest. And they kind of following her around like wee puppies.
Yeah, he does say that, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yes, he does. But he says that they don't normally jump off the top of the cliff. They normally jump from lower down because it's safer. But these guys have turned into total adrenaline junkies.
And Bella's like, oh, I like adrenaline.
Yeah, you can see her being like, oh.
Because I get to see Edward.
Yeah.
She's like,
Also, it's super dangerous, cliff jumping.
yeah.
And I don't want to be like public service announcement.
No,
but it is really
listen,
dangerous.
we have had instances of dangerous jumping off our local harbour in this
we
town.
have.
People have been severely injured. And then, and as a thing you hear about here, even
Yeah,
people
you
in
do.
quarries and things like that. And,
Yeah.
you know, it's super dangerous.
Yeah, it's not a
It's
good
not
move,
fun.
folks.
Nah. When you see the guys on the cliff too, it's green screened and it looks horrendous.
Yeah, it's cheap.
So the bikes are ready, and as soon as Bella turns it on, she sees Edward's image, all like, "Dinna do this, man, I tell you, dinna do it." Ooh, I'm a spooky ghost or
Like the
something.
ghosts of boyfriends past.
Is he? It's like, is he dead? I don't know, maybe he's dead. Maybe that's what's happened. Well, he is,
He's
isn't
very dead.
He's
yeah.
very dead. He's double dead. Bella rides the bike and she keeps seeing Edward every few metres. It's really weird. He just keeps like, sort of appearing like a series of Eds, like some sort of Ed chain. And she's distracted and she loses balance and she crashes and she falls off the bike, basically. So basically, by appearing and trying to warn her, it leads to her crashing the vehicle.
Yes, it does. Firstly,
Does a motorbike count as a vehicle?
it does.
Cool.
Where are their helmets?
Yeah, no helmets.
No helmets.
No helmets.
This is just bad examples. Cliff jumping, no helmets.
Cliff jumping, bad.
Yeah, and I think like it's the fact that she crashes the bike, but she doesn't really crash into the rock. She crashes the bike and then it's like catapulted into the rock.
Yeah, yeah.
Ugh, honestly. And she never she's supposed to be having this like adrenaline rush on this bike, and her face is totally tripping her. What a surprise!
It's the same face.
It is.
And also, like, it struck me that perhaps Edward is super controlling.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Because he's always trying to interfere with her life, just piss off.
But
like,
is he really there?
I don't know.
No, it never gets mentioned. They never ask about it. They never talk about it.
I think he can telekinetically frickin' travel through space and time and appear as a wee ghost, apparently. But it's not really explained, is it?
Nope. Never
Anyway,
mentioned.
I feel like he is appearing, and I feel like it's just another example of Edward saying, "You can't be in my life, but also I'm going to be in your life."
Yeah, basically.
He's a bit of a dick.
He is a bit of a dick. Everybody in this film's a dick, apart from Charlie.
Exactly, and Dallas. But she cuts herself,
She does.
and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm not." And Jacob's like, "Why are you sorry for bleeding, you raj?"
I know. She's totally traumatised. She's got the PTSD from bleeding at her birthday party. But Jacob then, to try and stop the bleeding, of course, takes his shirt off.
I was like, "Oh no, I can't stop the bleeding. I'll get all sexy
Ken,
with
he's
my
so
buff 16-year-old body."
Yeah.
I know, it's so weird.
It's
and then
so
like,
odd.
it's really on the nose because he just turned and goes, "It's just blood."
Yeah. Too obvious.
It's quite obvious. And then, in a strange turn of events, Bella turns around and she says, "You're beautiful."
It's even worse than that.
Oh,
Where she goes, "You're sort of beautiful."
oh, great. But I mean, this is the thing. And it's like, Bella, right? Bella. Stop telling boys they're beautiful. It's a bit weird.
It's a bit weird.
So just to reiterate, she does tell Edward this in a classic scene in the original Twilight film, which we did an impression of, and we genuinely were killing ourselves laughing and when we did it, and it was a struggle.
It's the famous, "This is the skin of a killer."
I can't be Irish when she says it's a killer. Anyway, yeah, so it harkens back to her telling Edward in the original that he is beautiful. It's just a bit odd.
But
I never had any girls tell me I was beautiful at school.
Oh, that's a shame.
No,
Yeah. But
just told me to go away, leave me alone.
and you did that.
You
didn't
weirdo.
You respected those wishes.
I did, aye.
There
Didn't
you
you
go.
leave the house? That's how you respect those wishes.
That's what Bella did for 3 months, and look
Exactly.
how that turned
Amateur. 3 months.
out. I know, could do that in a heartbeat. It just really annoys me how hot and cold she is. You know, she's struggling with her emotions, and she fancies him, but she also fancies him, and she's torn. But it just comes across that she just does an arse.
Yeah.
So at school, Bella has kind of tried to reintegrate herself back into the friendship group after her movie time with Jessica. So she goes and sits back with her group of friends that she had in the first film.
So wait, I assume she's not been to school for 3 months.
No, she has been. You do see a shot of her at school, but she's sitting by herself.
All right, so why is, what's his name, Mikey or something? Why is he like, oh, you're back, when she's been to school?
Because she's been sitting by herself. She's just been segregating herself from everybody.
That's weird.
Super
Again,
weird.
amateur. If you're not going to leave the house, just don't leave the house.
Aye. But she wimps out when she goes to school anyway. But anyway, she decides to sit by herself and she decides she wants friends again. So she goes back and Mike's like, oh, you're back. And he makes this really awkward comment to her.
Yeah, well, he kind of wants to take her to the movies to see one of the many shit-named movies.
Yeah.
And he sort of pats her and he's like, oh, gotta get some protein in there.
Yeah.
It's so
he's like, oh,
weird.
you're eating again. Got to get that protein in there.
We were going to do an impression of this and we tried it and we're like, this is too awkward and weird. We're not doing it.
It's super weird.
So,
I just don't... Yeah, it's just...
we scrapped it because I was like...
We made a wiser choice than they did. They should have scrapped
Should have
this line.
scrapped
It
it,
was
aye.
weird. Super weird. But yeah, he does successfully ask her out to the movies.
So the movies, the movie names and options that are discussed are as follows. There are 2 films. One is called Love, spelt backwards as love.
It's evil.
Which is not, because it's evil, right? It's not. And the other one is Face Punch.
I think I would rather see Face Punch.
So I feel that this is, if Stephanie Meyer wrote this or not, or maybe it was written for the movie, that this is her being funny. It's got to be. The titles of the movies are so dull and absolutely characterless and absolute nothing. I think she's trying to take the piss.
I think I'll talk to you about this later.
Oh, excellent. I can't wait. I'm no stepping on your trivia. I got a round for that one, Sophie Rob.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it again.
Quite wise. However, for poor Mike, the worst thing happens where Bella goes to the rest of the table like, oh, are you guys coming too? So the date kind of
The
turns
date is
into
no
a
longer
group.
a date.
It's no longer a date. It turns into a group event.
I was always more comfortable in a group event because other people talk to each other and they won't talk to you.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
That's how my school life was a bit like that.
Fair enough.
Like, I remember I had a girlfriend and then Bob was going with a girl as well and they were like, let's go to the cinema together. And I was like, that's a good idea because then I didn't have to speak to one person and you might all speak to each other and leave me alone.
Wow.
I'm not even kidding. Oh,
I know you're not.
Dear.
Do we need to get you some help? You all right?
No, that was a kid. Things have changed now. I'm quite social now. Somewhat.
Sometimes. However, when it comes time for the actual screening of the movie,
Face punch.
Face punch. Everybody bails at the last second, so Mike thinks all his ships have come in. However, Jacob shows up. So therefore it turns into a Mike, Bella and Jacob sandwich.
Yeah.
Which is a bit weird.
Awkward.
Yeah, a bit awkward.
Also, like, Mike makes, so he's not completely respectable because he's like, well, are you even old enough to see this movie?
Yeah,
And he's like, Bella's buying me my ticket.
Yeah.
It's like, well, he's 16. Leave him alone.
Mike's not even really a big fan of action movies, so he's only gone really because he wants to spend time with Bella.
Yeah, and you know how he has to leave to go and be sick because he's kind of freaked out by the whole thing.
Yeah, it's a real shame.
Right.
So
I know someone this happened to, and I'm not going to say who it is because that's not fair.
yeah, don't say.
I can say the movie.
Okay.
The movie was Hostel.
Oh right, okay. I can understand
And
why.
I think this particular person wasn't feeling the best when they went in. Possibly because they've had a few libations the previous day. But the person then had to leave and was very sick.
Oh dear, that is.
It's a good movie though.
It's the perfect storm.
But
Quite gory.
it's very tortury.
Yeah, quite torture heavy.
Not for everyone, that kind of thing. But entertaining as a horror film, yes.
Well, there you go.
So
You can see that Bella is sat in between both Mike and Jacob, and they're both like got their hands out waiting for her to grab one of their hands.
yeah.
And it's really awkward.
Do you know what I really wanted to happen is that they kind of like they both put their hands over Bella and then they held hands. That would be class.
That'd be cool.
Mike and Jacob. That's what we need.
Yeah, so whatever's happening in the actual film does not agree with Mike and he runs out of the theatre. And Jacob expresses his displeasure at this.
What a marshmallow. You should hold out for someone with a stronger stomach. Someone who laughs at the gore that makes weaker men vomit. Do you know what? It's not a bad line. That's why we singled it out, because it's Raj to call him a marshmallow. I don't know if it's his version of maybe calling someone a snowflake or something.
I don't know.
Or does it just mean that you're soft? You're a marshmallow.
I think
because marshmallows are soft. Maybe that's what he's trying to get.
I think that is what he's
but
trying
to call
get.
someone soft is such a weak insult.
It is, yeah.
These days, I'm just like, get away. You know what I mean? But the fact he called him a marshmallow, I didn't see it coming, and that's why I laughed. But then he says that thing about enjoys the gore that makes weaker men vomit, and I'm like, that's not bad writing.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Where did that come from?
Yeah, I like it.
You know what I mean?
There are quite a few posters in the corridor they're having that conversation in.
Oh, I didn't even see this.
Yes, and I only grabbed 2 of the movie titles. One was Gambling, God and LSD.
What?
Mm-hmm. And Pontypool.
Pontypool, is that a place?
I think it's a place, yeah.
Something like down south?
I think it may be a town in Wales.
Nice.
But
so why is it on a poster in Forks?
yeah, it looks like it's maybe a horror film. Pontypool. Odd choices.
I'd rather, if I'm going to go and see any of these movies, I'm going to go and see The Dead Come Back, probably, is going to be the one I go and see.
You've missed out. You should have gone and seen Love Spelled Backwards as Love.
No, I'm not going to see that.
Bella and Jacob are talking, and Jacob's kind of pouring his heart out to her about how he feels about her, to which Bella kind of responds saying, don't ruin things with us. And it's all a bit awkward because she feels like she needs him as a friend, and it's really weird because it feels like she's totally stringing him along, and she kind of wants to have her cake and eat it too.
I've got here that Bella appears to want Jacob to pine over her. That's what she wants.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to be with him.
No.
And but even though I think, as I've said, I think she's got a better shot with this lad.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, but yeah, she
I'm
definitely
not on
is.
anyone's team before you start. I'm just saying, I think she's got a better shot with the Quaalude lad.
Yes, Jacob.
Aye. Jacob.
Yes, Jacob. Yeah. Okay. I think she's just stringing him along. I think she's just toying with his emotions, which is a shame. Bella says that she's still not over her depression and she wants things to be fair for Jacob, which is fine, but then you can't be blown hot and cold.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob knows that Bella is still pining after Edward, and that Jacob promises that he would never hurt Bella like Edward did. However, at this point... Don't laugh. It's very serious.
Sorry.
At this point, Mike comes back out and Jacob just goes a bit mental.
He goes absolutely spare at this poor lad.
Who has just been violently sick in public.
Who's just been sick and isn't having the best night, and he was hoping he was going on a date, and he's not even going to go on a date, and Bella didn't get any protein. He's not very happy, and he's not having a great night.
No, he is not. And he probably just vomited up a ton of protein as well. But yeah, like Jacob's body starts physically getting really hot because it's so buff. No,
the buffness is just sort of coming out, and he's like, I'm too hot.
Yeah, his temperature spikes really high, and she's like, "Oh wow, you're so hot," which he doesn't understand, and he basically runs away.
Yeah, but he gets really pissed at the boy, Mike boy.
Yeah,
right? He gets really pissed at him, and then sort of leaves, and it's like, what was that about?
Yeah, I've no idea.
I understand the idea that what they're about to portray Jacob's story a little bit more, but today it's out of the blue. It
is out of the blue, and it's very odd.
Because one minute he's, I'll always be here for you, Bella, and he's all nice, what a marshmallow. That's basically what happens.
So we see Bella at home, and it's clearly been a passage of time, and she's not been seeing Jacob after the incident in the movie theatre. And she's just reading, and Charlie's getting ready to go fishing with his friend Harry from the reservation.
Harry rules.
Harry does rule. And you can tell that Charlie is a bit worried about Bella, and he's like, I'm not going to go fishing. But his friend manages to convince him to go.
Hey, look, I don't have to go fishing today. Yes, you do.
Yeah, you do. Go. What are you talking about? Just be careful.
Always am. Those bears won't get the drop on me, Bella. My kung fu is strong.
Harry's kung fu is strong.
Harry's kung fu is strong.
Yeah.
And it's a very funny moment, and the guy delivers the line perfectly, and it's very funny, and it really lands, and then I'm like, is this the same movie?
I know.
It's so out of place.
It is.
It's because some people have said that this film is tonally jacked all over the place.
Yeah.
And this is an example of that, this genuinely funny moment that pops up. Anna Kendrick's line about leprosy earlier on, a couple other wee bits that feel like they're from a different film.
Yeah, I agree. And I think also Charlie is such a good actor that maybe he, the scenes he's in are just a bit better.
Aye. He's barely in it. It's just...
He's barely in it. But it's really nice because this harks back to the bear, the animal attacks that they've been talking about. So I think that's why...
She's worried about them getting attacked by this animal. And that's why he's like, the bears will not get the drop on us because they think they're bears. But I think everybody knows they're no bears, probably. But I think, I'm not sure they're bears.
Yeah, definitely vampires. We also again see Bella not understand how communication works because she has been repeatedly calling Jacob without any reply. She even phones his dad, and who says that he's got mono.
Yeah, not fun.
No, which is glandular fever over here is what we call it. Not a pleasant infection to have.
No. Speaking from experience, it's no fun.
Bella's had enough of being ignored by him, so she decides to drive out to the reservation. And she takes her beloved truck into the reservation in the pouring rain. And all you see is Jacob marching across the reservation, shirtless, of course.
Yep, in the rain, aye.
To
be fair, if you've got a shirt on in the rain, it's only going to hinder you.
Also true, but since he got buff, he never wears a shirt.
Yeah, buff at 16.
Buff at 16. In his jorts, so they must get quite heavy in the rain. And he's
John Cena in it out here.
He is John Cena in it out. He's chopped off all his hair and he's got a new tattoo.
Yeah, he's got a cool tattoo. I was like, bet you people have that tattoo.
Oh, bet you.
Loads.
Bet you they do. I think you're totally right.
So we should go and get it for Bance?
Nope.
All right.
So Bella confronts him and her and Jacob have a bit of a heart-to-heart where he basically tells her to go away. Yeah,
so basically she's now been rejected by both a vampire and a werewolf.
Yeah, dumped twice in the space of one movie. How delightful.
But that sentence sums up Twilight.
Yeah.
It's just like vampire, werewolf, love triangle.
Basically.
Which I assume isn't going to go away anytime soon.
Nope, get used to it. Jacob also at this point reveals that he knows that the Cullens are vampires and that Bella is in love with Edward.
Yeah. And I think, like, he was earlier on, Jacob refers to the fact that the rest of the pack have been looking at him like they're waiting for something to happen. And he's no sure, and this is it.
Yeah.
Now, right? Yeah. But also, this whole scene is like it's written by a P4.
Yeah. As
a school project.
Yes.
And I think that's me being kind.
Oh, wow.
It is terrible.
It's not well written.
It's awful. It's awkward to watch. I genuinely was annoyed.
Yeah.
This happened last time as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just think about how your dialogue sounds.
Yeah.
I just knocked my pop card with rage.
Oh, wow.
But just think about how your dialogue sounds before you commit it to screen.
Yeah.
Practice it. Read it.
Yeah. Have somebody say it out loud. Because it doesn't
seem like they did.
No, I don't think they did. Bella goes for another walk in the woods because that's apparently her favourite hobby now. And she goes...
she's still talking to Alice when she's in the woods.
just giving away to herself.
She's walking through the woods chatting to Alice in her head. It's fine. It's totally normal.
Totally normal. So she's walking to the meadow that her and Edward used to hang out in. It was with the beautiful flowers and all that. And when she gets there, it's all withered grass.
Is that supposed to be symbolic of the death of their relationship?
Definitely is, for sure.
How deep?
Super deep. Super duper deep. Not on the nose at all.
Nope.
As she's wondering about, Laurent turns up. And Laurent, in case you don't know, is one of Victoria's crew.
Yeah, I think I mentioned him earlier. But
you did.
But he pops up, aye.
Yeah, so he's been out of the loop for a while, not been mentioned, and then bang.
Yeah, they're just bashing in some more plot for the first movie whilst they try and figure out what the plot of this movie actually is. Yeah. Because the plot of this film, simply put, meanders from start to finish.
It definitely does. It really does.
It doesn't have any aim. They don't really know what story they're trying to tell. It's just like an episode of a TV show that I've not seen the rest of. That's what it feels like. And I had seen the first movie at this point, bear in mind.
Laurent wants to know if she has been left unprotected by the Cullens in their departure. So at this point...
she's like, no.
Yeah. Spirit Edward pops up in his little smoky form.
Of course.
Yeah, naturally.
Ghost Ed.
And he's like, tell him that we're just away for a bit. Did he let on? And then so she says that and she lies. And then he says, oh, you better lie better. To which I've written...
Does he? Your lying's crap. You need to lie better.
Lie better is exactly the words he says. Yeah. I know. Why does he not do any of that?
Don't know. He's not even got chains.
I know, it's terrible. But to which I've written down that he needs to learn to act better. So...
Understatement.
It was a bit.
And he did learn to act better.
He did. I think he was doing the best of the material he had, to be honest.
I'm not kidding. Pattinson now is a phenomenal actor who I genuinely didn't think can do any wrong.
Yeah, he's really good.
And that's what makes this so funny to watch and be like, from humble beginnings.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Laurent obviously knows she's lying because she didn't do a very good job. And he says that he is acting on the behalf of Victoria, whose mate was killed by the Cullens. So it's only fair that he kills Edward's mate.
Also, when we say mate, we didn't mean like their pal. No, like mate, like, hey, that's my mate. You killed my mate. You know what I mean?
Laurent's getting ready to attack Bella, and a large wolf emerges from the forest.
Yeah, or as I've had in my notes, here come the pack.
There's one dog in particular. Dog. Big dog.
Where dog?
Can I pet that dog?
Pet that dog.
There's one of the wolves that is unusual looking. It's kind of blonde, and it gives her this really weird side eye.
Yeah, it does. We got side-eyed by a pig once. Genuinely true story, right? We're at the zoo in Edinburgh, and they've got these like rare pigs. Rare pigs.
Oh, rare pig.
No, a werepig, a rare pig. But they're like, what are they called? Like endangered.
Warty pigs, yeah.
And they've got these pigs, and they've got some attitude, eh?
Oh, they do. I love them.
But honestly, it was like, it just walked up and sort of side-eyed us, like, hey, what are you doing here? And it's like, and that's what reminded me. It was that pig.
Well, to be fair, Gus gives us a lot of side-eye.
He does. If he's sitting here like Gus, he just sort of goes...
And I quite liked it. I thought it wasn't a bad choice. But yeah, one of the big wolves gives Bella a bit of side-eye.
Just saying, if that's your highlight of the movie, you know...
That's not saying much, is it? So the wolf pack goes on to fight Laurent. Bella escapes to go home, where she narrates her experience to Charlie and Harry. And Bella says that she saw large wolves in the area and says the wolves are responsible for the human deaths in the area. And
I was like, oh, we're at Bella's again. It's just chopping about a wee bit. And then it's like, and it's out of nowhere. It literally feels like immediately you're at Bella's and she's at Bella. It's just boom.
Yeah, there's no passage of time.
Yeah, or, to cut to a scene of someone else or something to come back and then see Bella, we just see Bella immediately at her house.
Yeah.
Which is really weird.
Maybe that's her magic power. She can teleport.
She can teleport, 100%. And it's like this film really start to really lean on these inner monologues in this one.
They really do.
I thought it was in the first one, the start of the movie, there's inner monologues. And you joked about how, there's more to come, and you weren't kidding because here it is. Do you know what I mean?
This movie's all inner monologue. That night, Jacob visits Bella in her house.
And he does Paka!
He does some Parker get up guard.
What's that from? I don't even know.
It's from The Office.
Is it?
The US one.
Paka! He does that and he jumps up the tree into the booth.
Yeah, it's quite impressive, to be honest. And Jacob comes in and does the most infuriating thing ever and goes, I've got a secret, but I can't tell you.
Yeah. I got really annoyed here and Kat had to explain to me he literally can't. It's like a gagging order is what they refer to it as later.
Yeah.
He can't say what's going on.
And he's doing
but if she can't tell what's going on.
Well, no, she can't. Because she's incapable of normal human thought.
She's too sad.
That's it. She's too sad. She's too busy screaming.
Faints with sadness.
Yeah, that's her. Faints with sadness.
She's too busy screaming during the night.
Yeah.
Jacob comes in and he's like, Bella, are you alright? And she's just like...
Yuck. Honestly, it was such a weird choice.
Oh dear.
But yeah, he's doing everything he can to try and tell her without telling her. So he's like, remember that time that we went to La Pouche and, I was telling you about the history of our tribe and the stories and stuff. And she's like, nah, I don't really remember.
This again, I know.
Well, actually, what she does is she goes, nah, I don't remember. I remember the cold ones, though.
Yeah, so it's like, she basically says, I didn't remember any of the important stuff about the Quaalude tradition, but I do remember you talk about the cold ones, i.e. the vampire people.
Yeah.
The Cullens.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, honestly.
Such a bizarre character. Eventually, she does remember the story about the Quaaludes being descended from wolves. And yeah, when Jacob goes to leave her room, she grabs his hair.
Aye.
Yeah, there's a weird bit where she grabs his hair and it's all very odd. This is what I'm talking about, her blowing hot and cold on him and stuff. Totally. And I just really don't like it. So Bella goes to visit the reservation and visit Billy, Jacob's dad.
Didn't even get me started on this, but mad.
Yeah, you were not best pleased with her, were you?
Nope.
Nope. What does she do?
Right, okay. As someone who has a physical impairment, right, it really pissed me off that his dad tries to stop her getting in the house and she just pushes past him because he's in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Absolutely out of order in every walk of life. Did he do that?
100%. You can't just
but
barge
it just
her in someone's
speaks
house.
to the person that Bella is. She's a total dick.
Yeah, 100% dick moves. But she manages to push her way past Billy, awkward, to Jacob's bedroom and he's just sound asleep. He's no kidding.
No.
Yeah. And it is revealed that he has become a werewolf.
Wow.
Yeah, and it took her far longer than anybody else to figure it out.
Yep.
Not the brightest bulb.
I find it hard to believe even Bella couldn't figure it out.
I know. And the way that it kind of is revealed is that Bella keeps pressing Jacob as to why he's been avoiding her. And then she decides, like, if he's not going to tell me, I'm going to confront one of his friends. Because, smart move. Bella insinuates that it is one of the friends who turned Jacob into a werewolf, just like happens with vampires. And one of them, which is Sam, who it transpires is the leader of the pack and the alpha, gets really angry when Bella slaps him, quite rightly in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think you should get angry. You can't go around slapping people.
Bella doesn't know how to act as a human.
No, she's gone quite mad.
But anyway, she slaps him and he literally huffs and he puffs.
He really does. Yeah.
And then we get to see the transition, which is like freaking children's TV. Like, what happens is they basically sort of normally jump and then mid-jump they just sort of change.
Yeah. It just goes like...
And and sometimes their sort of human form just sort of explodes and then a wolf comes out.
Yeah.
It's really, but it's like they kind of burst like a balloon.
Yeah, they do.
It's like they burst like little balloon people, and then they turn into a wolf. It's
Yeah.
just so weird.
Yeah.
Not as good as Van Helsing where they rip off the skin.
No, that's jazzy. No, they'd not put a lot of time in the transition.
I think the Van Helsing one was so cool because it was still PG to do it, right? So it wasn't super gory,
Like,
but
it
he
wasn't
was,
bloody.
but he was ripping off his skin.
Yeah.
So you get that middle ground, and it kind of works.
Unlike exploding men here.
Can we always watch Van Helsing?
Yay!
Yeah.
So when Sam turns into a werewolf, Jacob also turns into a werewolf to protect Bella.
What do you mean he's a werewolf?
I know, who saw that one coming? Jacob and Sam fight, and Jacob comes up out on top and becomes the pack leader.
Does he?
Yes.
Nice.
But during their fight, they go through somebody's boat.
Oh.
They crash into somebody's boat, and I was like, oh, not the boat.
Poor guy comes up, turns up to go sailing in that. He's like, oh, my boat's been smashed by bears.
Oh, no, I was going to retire on that boat.
All these people are like, see these bloody bears.
This is why bears get a bad rap.
I know. Leave the bears alone. Justice for the bears.
So your favourite character, Quill,
Yep.
and Embry.
What was his name? Quillatilla or whatever it was.
I can't even remember
God's
Quillatilla.
sake, hold on.
Quillatilla.
Quillatilla, is it? No? Quillatilla. When was that? Oh, that was new. That was the start. Hold on. Quillaterra. Sorry.
Yes. Quillatera, your favourite.
Quillaterra!
They, they take Bella to meet Sam's imprinted fiancé.
What?
So werewolves imprint on people. So
Not explained.
Not explained.
So thanks for you explaining it because it's not in the movie.
Yes, they imprint on people, so they pick a mate, and then that's them imprinted on each other.
Cool.
His fiancée Emily, and when they go into the house, Quill and Embry basically say like, "Please don't stare at the fiancée." Like Sam gets really upset when you stare. And we're like, "Oh, what's going to happen here?"
Oh my god, this is going to be horrific. You walk in and just see this like quite pretty woman with a scar on her face.
Yeah, she's just
It's
got
like,
she's just got a scar on her face like somebody
I
would
know.
have.
That's just like, hey.
They make it a much bigger thing than they have. But anyway, they are
Stare on her
kids.
face. Eh?
Aye, they are kids.
Aye,
so
true.
I think we're a bit more tolerant. So it transpires that Sam once got mad and turned into a werewolf and slashed Emily's face, and that's how it became scarred.
Sam slashed her.
Yeah, what a rotter, eh?
Is that how she's a wolf now and all? Is that how that works?
I don't think she's a wolf.
Oh, she's just like Pac Ma.
Yeah, basically.
She references the gagging order here too, doesn't she?
She does reference the gag and order here, and that basically, if you have to follow the instruction of the alpha, there's actually like a physical compulsion for them to follow the instructions of the alpha to the letter. So Jacob has been instructed not to tell anybody he's a werewolf, so he can't do it.
It feels like Jacob has foreseen this situation occurring. Either he knew back when, this is what I wrote down, is whether he knew back in the first movie that he should tell her this story because it might come in handy later. Did he know this was going to happen to him? And so that's why he told her the story. Or am I giving the film too much credit?
I think you may be giving the film too much credit. But
No,
I don't know,
not.
that's not a bad theory.
Oh, and then during this whole scene, Bella makes the same face the whole time.
100%.
I know I didn't have to keep mentioning it, but it just baffles me that she keeps doing it.
Yeah, emotionless face.
Like she's found out that all these werewolves exist. She's literally in their sort of where they all live, and they're
Yeah,
all
in their
there.
lovely house.
And she's met this woman, and you know it's quite a lot for one day.
Yeah.
But she's just like,
Yeah.
no reaction.
See, a face like she's bored.
All the time.
So Sam and Jacob turn up to the house and they all end up having some snacks there, and like Emily's prepared these big huge muffins on the table.
Yeah.
They were massive.
Big muffins.
They were really big. But yeah, so everybody turns up and all's well that ends well. Like the boys have put their
All's
fight
well
aside.
that ends well because there's muffins on offer.
Exactly. What can't a muffin sort?
I spoke about muffins last week, and I'm into muffins.
Yeah, you're a muffin man
Muffins solve all problems. I am the muffin man.
now. Jacob and Bella go for a walk along the beach, where Jacob tells Bella that only a few members of the tribe have the werewolf gene, which is why he wasn't sure if he was going to be a werewolf or not.
So because of the people that have been found dead, etc., Bella's obviously a bit miffed about the whole werewolf thing, because she's like, you guys have been killing people, what's going on? And then I think there's a bit of confusion, because Jacob just like professes his love for Lady Gaga, and he's like, I was born this way! So
Yeah.
like, do you know what I mean? And I think there's, but what the brunt of it is that the pack aren't killing folk.
No,
But
they're
Bella
not.
thinks at this point that they are.
Yeah, she's totally misconstrued the situation, and Jacob actually corrects her and says that werewolves are the ones who are protecting the humans from the vampires.
And what are the only things that werewolves kill?
They only kill vampires.
Great. This situation just gets more and more complicated.
It-
And it's making me emotional and sad.
You think it's complicated now? It's only movie 2. So yeah, werewolves only kill vampires, and he also reveals that they have already killed Laurent.
Yes. Yeah, Laurent is no more. He didn't really see his demise. There's kind of been left to wonder what happened to him, but he's dead.
Yeah, and there's a bit of an explanation here about why Jacob went a bit daft at the cinema. And basically it says that if a vampire enters their territory, it can put them into a fever. And then
So that's why he got all hot and sweaty earlier and got all raging at that wee lad.
Yeah, his vampire sense was tingling, and that's why he had to leg it.
Anyway, he gets her home, and then he's like, right, bye, and he just goes for a wee jog.
Yeah. He's like, I'm just going to run home now.
What's that? We were indeed. He just kind of goes like, right, there you go, that's your home. And you just see him jog through the street.
He's just like, bye. That's how he got so buff.
That's it, he just runs everywhere.
That's it.
It's like you.
Well, no.
Jacob's pack members are on constant patrol now for Victoria, basically.
Yeah, they are.
Played by Rachel Lefevre.
I know, cool name, eh?
Lefevre, I think that's how you say that. She's a vampire, obviously, that we mentioned earlier from the previous instalment of the Twilight Saga, and she wants to avenge the death of her mate, James, who was killed by Edward in an effort to save Bella from him in the last movie.
That's right.
Right at the end, the guy with the sort of vampire with sort of long blonde hair.
Yeah, the ponytail.
The ponytail, yeah, that's right. So because they're on patrol so much, Jacob can't really spend any time with Bella anymore at the moment.
Oh, God. Bella's not having much luck with the boys.
No, she's no. While Jacob's hunting for Victoria, Charlie is hunting for the wolves.
Uh-oh.
Who he thinks are responsible for the deaths in the area, obviously.
It's his job as a police officer.
I'm glad we've got this plot breakdown because, quite honestly, when I was watching it, I was like, what are they doing in the forest? Because it's not explained. Like,
no, not really.
Do you know what I mean? Harry basically hampers the search by removing... He's walking about and he sees the wolf tracks and he sort of covers them up as they see them. Mm-hmm. So he's obviously in the know and is trying to cover up the situation.
Definitely.
Victoria then finds Harry in the forest and sadly has a heart attack.
I know, it's so sad. So she kind of like frightens him to death.
She's like, I'm a vampire! The poor guy has a heart attack and basically dies.
Yeah.
It sucks. His kung fu is strong, but no his heart. So Victoria's then chased by Jacob and his pals, and she manages to escape. Now,
she's a rotter.
What ensues, and from what I could see online, right, is probably the biggest triumph in this movie, is this scene.
Okay.
We see the wolves chasing, all it is the wolf pack chasing Victoria through the forest. Mm-hmm. It's as simple as that, but it's very well done.
Okay.
Cinematography is good. Mm-hmm. The shots of the forest are amazing.
Yeah, lovely forest.
The whole Victoria jumping about and getting chased, and it's actually a decent bit of the film.
Yeah.
It's a standout scene for the way it looks and everything. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I've just got my notes here. I quite enjoyed the Vicky chase.
Oh, there you go. Vicky getting chased. Your bag.
The only problem is it feels a bit pointless.
It does.
So for a scene that is standout because it looks great, and it does, it's got a really weird soundtrack too. There's this like weird electro rock thing going on.
Okay.
It's not, it doesn't feel like the Splat soundtrack that we've had. I don't know. It's a different sort of vibe. It does look great, but it doesn't have any bearing on the plot, I don't think.
Okay.
Seeing Vicky comes and she scares Harry to death, right? Yeah. And then she runs away and she gets chased by the pack. Mm-hmm. It's just, I think the only reason this is here is to remind us that Vicky is an entity in this saga. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's not really any purpose to this bit.
No.
Is there? I mean, what do you think?
I don't think so, no.
I don't think it has any bearing on the plot for a standout scene, which is maddening.
Yeah.
But in keeping with these movies. You were right, I have never seen movies like these before.
It's amazing how much money they've made for the level of quality there is.
It's bizarre.
Impressive.
So Bella's alone again because everybody rejects her and nobody wants her around. I wonder why. Maybe because she's always squealing like a piggy.
Yeah.
But she basically decides to seek more thrill-inducing activities. And she decides, I saw those lads jumping off that cliff next to that green screen. I want a piece of that action.
Yeah, I can do that too.
So Jacob saves her from drowning and tells Bella that werewolves can't hurt the Cullens because of the treaty with the tribe. So there's a treaty in the first one, and this is it getting brought up again.
Yes.
Bella gets really close to Jacob, but she can't bring herself to love him.
Oh.
And pushes back when he tries to kiss her.
Yeah, awkward.
She's just like, I cannot love you.
Nah.
You know what I mean? But I was just like, why does she do this? It's purely for this adrenaline thing or just so she can see Edward again?
I think she's trying
or both.
to see...
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's maybe a bit of both now. I did feel sorry for him. Like because they're in the truck heading back when he tries to kiss her.
Mm.
And then they get out of the truck. And I'm like, is he going to have to run home again?
Yeah.
After being
It's got
rejected?
Gotta get buff. But like when she jumps off the cliff, she sees Edward, and Edward's in his ghost form under the water. And it's like, you know, but he's not there.
He's not there.
And he's literally an ethereal form in the water. And I'm like, but Jacob is physically there. It kind of shows us that she's being haunted by Edward and isn't willing to move on because he's still sort of there. It's some sort of weird wispy entity in the sort of recesses of our mind. Is always around. But we're being reminded that Jacob is physically there because he's just rescued her.
Yeah, he's literally pulled her out the water.
I'm just trying to pull out some depth for this thing.
Nice
All
try.
right, I'm trying my best.
So when Bella jumps in the water, when he pulls her out, he's like, oh, we'll go and get you dry. And then, but he's basically put a jacket on her and she's in the same clothes. So she must be starting to stink. Like, you know, just like sopping wet clothes. She cooties up to him and she's like, oh, you're really warm.
And the reason that line is there is because she tells Edward he's cold in the first one. They're showing us that these two characters have some sort of link, but they're different. She's experiencing different things for both of them, but similar ways, i.e., oh, you're cold, oh, you're warm, oh, you're a werewolf, oh, you're a vampire, or whatever.
But there's one thing she can agree on.
What's that?
They're both beautiful. Beautiful. She's so odd.
But the lines are terrible because she's not just like, you're warm, she's like, you're like the sun.
Oh, no.
And I'm like,
why?
Have you asked a 3-year-old? Oh, warm. Warm is like the sun. That's what it would be like.
Yeah.
And that's what this reads like.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it was, I mean, as if some of the other scenes we've seen so far had horrendous dialogue, this topped it.
Mm-hmm.
But it got me thinking, right? See if the dialogue was better and we switched around some of this cast. And I don't even mean recast, just switch them around. You could have had an alright movie here.
Yeah.
But maybe you'd have to rewrite it from the ground up.
I
So
think,
maybe you're actually, at this point, you're better no bothering.
yeah, I think that's the advice we'll give them.
But no, you are better bothering because you can make $700 million from it.
Yeah, and that's box office alone.
So Alice comes to visit Bella.
Yeah, who's that man coming?
I know, she's had a vision of her jumping off of a cliff and thinks Bella is dead.
Yeah.
Basically. And in the process has caused mass panic, by the way.
Yes, she has.
Jacob is with Bella at the time and tells Bella that she's about to cross a line by going to meet Alice. So she's about to go in the house. We don't know Alice is in there. So I was very confused because he's like, you're going to cross a lane. And I'm like, what, by entering my own house, you freak?
Yeah.
But no, it's because there's a vampire in there apparently. Right?
Very intensio is Jacob.
Yeah. Did I miss something? I don't know. Or does he sense a vampire? Or are we supposed to know that? Does he say that? I can't remember. But anyway, Bella ignores Jacob and she goes in, she meets Alice and she's buzzing because Alice is there.
Oh, your best friend.
I know, I genuinely wrote here, I was happy to see Alice. I was like,
Aw.
weirdly, it's good to see her. So there you go.
Yeah, it's nice to see her back.
Exactly, which is weird because up to this point I haven't given a damn shit about anything in these movies. So, hey. So Bella tells Alice that she was not trying to kill herself, but she was only cliff jumping. I wasn't trying to kill myself, I was only jumping off a very dangerous cliff.
Yeah, but I could have died.
Yes. Alice also finds that Bella is friends with Jacob, who is obviously a werewolf, so, you know, bit of tension there.
Yeah, she's not thrilled about that.
Jacob confronts Alice and blames the Cullens for Bella being hunted by Victoria. But basically, I think this is all coming about just because Jacob just wants to be with Bella and he's a bit miffed about the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't really know. It feels that way a bit.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think he's just not thrilled at the prospect of Edward coming back and ruining his chances.
But anyway, Alice makes a wet dog smell joke, which cracked me up because I was just, the first thing I thought it was Carl from Van Helsing.
Yeah.
Why does it smell like wet dog in here?
And also, I was wondering if that's Bella being in those same clothes that she got soaked in earlier when she's like, oh.
And maybe she just stinks.
Yeah, I think she does stink.
And then I also wrote here, do we ever get any actual history as to why they don't like each other? Or are we just supposed to assume because they're werewolves and vampires? So I googled it.
Oh, okay.
I googled it, and this is what I got from Google. Historical instinctual conflict and inherent differences is why they don't like each other.
Oh, well, there
That's
you go.
not enough. I need a freaking plot, some reason, not just some sort of idea, and we're just supposed to accept that they don't like each other. Like,
okay.
even in Underworld, you get a bit of background as to what's going on. Much more depth, and that's Underworld, man.
I wonder
Like,
if...
do you know what I mean?
I wonder if they're going to do a prequel.
I don't know about a prequel, but I know she had another book called The Host.
Mm-hmm.
Is it The
Okay.
Host? Because I
Yes.
swear to God I remember copies of it coming in.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was ever expanded into. I think it's not related to this, maybe.
No,
even know
I
it's
don't think
about.
so.
No idea.
From a bit of Googling, it seems to be about parasites, the alien parasites that take over people.
Okay. Maybe it's going to be better than Twilight.
Maybe.
And I'm not going to make a promise to read it because I said that about Twilight and I'm already being hounded by Cameron.
Yeah, I tried starting it again and it's tough.
I'm tempted to do it just so I can say I did it, and I said that last time. I've still not started it yet because I'm currently reading Elvira's biography.
That is much more
because
important.
it's infinitely more interesting.
Yes.
There it feels like Jacob and Bella are about to have a steamy moment at one point, and it's like Alice is right there.
Yeah. Yeah, very insensitive. But at the same time, her and Edward are broken up. There's no rules here anymore.
It's more just like another person is there, going stop like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what then transpires is a series of bizarre events that leads to Edward absolutely believing that Bella has died. So what happens is, correct me if I get any names wrong, please.
Mm-hmm.
What happens is, Alice has some sort of vision and thinks that Bella has died.
Yes.
She tells Rosalie, who is the other sister,
Yes.
I think that Bella has died. I'm going to go and check it out.
Yes.
Rosalie then goes and tells Edward.
Yes.
Edward then phones Charlie's house, phones Bella's house.
Yes.
Jacob answers because he's in the house.
Yes.
Which is really weird, right?
Yeah, who picks up somebody else's phone?
I don't know.
Anyway.
He picks up the phone and it's Edward. Maybe it's his like werewolf senses or some shit. He picks up the phone and then Edward's like, is Charlie there? And then Jacob goes, no, because he's arranging a funeral.
I know. What a rotter. What a rotter. It is true that Charlie is arranging a funeral, but it's not Bella's, it's Harry's.
Aye. So, he's not lied.
He's not lied, but the implication is not great.
But then I'm like, wouldn't Edward know if she was dead? Because he's got this weird ghost link freaking thing that he does. And then also he was in the, this is it. You cracked it earlier. He's not been there. It's been in her head.
I think it's been in her head the whole time. There is one thing I want to say is that when the scene that we see of Edward calling
No, his name's Edward Cullen.
when we see Edward calling Charlie's house, the Swan household, for some reason he's in Rio. Randomly, just for one scene.
How do we know he's in Rio?
Because it's got the Christ the Redeemer statue.
Oh, that's your way of telling us that he's in Rio. Nice.
And then he smashes his mobile phone in rage at hearing that Charlie's arranging a funeral because, he wouldn't want to phone people anymore.
Do you know, it's funny, like, she is getting really, like, animated at one point, Bella here, and she still has the same face on.
Aye, the body's doing it, but the face is not.
Oh, it's absolutely baffling.
It's wild.
But, yeah, I'm actually mind blown that you have absolutely nailed it, that he's not been there the whole time. I never even thought of that when we were watching the movie. My assumption is that he was able to take on some sort of ethereal ghost form and follow her around and be really creepy and controlling. But the reality is it's in Bella's head.
But
now, if that's the case, I am concerned for Bella.
Yeah, that's my theory, but we get no concrete proof either way.
There is no explanation either way.
There is not.
So we're left wondering if Bella genuinely needs medical attention, or if she's been haunted by a literal vampire ghost, or she's having a mentee bee because she broke up with her vampire boyfriend.
All three are valid possibilities.
Yeah, somebody needs to get Bella some help.
Yeah, we've known that for a while though.
Yeah. So anyway, with all this happening, it basically seems that Bella has been driven into the direction of Edward and away from Jacob. So Jacob's actions on the phone have been a bit counterintuitive.
You will be gutted as the leader of Team Jacob.
I'm not in a team. I'm teamless. I'm a nomad, all right? It's a very fun word and you don't get the chance to use it very often, so when I get the chance, I will take it.
Good for you.
So distraught over, basically, Bella's apparent suicide, Edward travels to Italy to provoke the Volturi by exposing himself as a vampire to humans so that he is killed as well. Edward's plan is to wait until noon when the sun is at its highest and then just strip off and be like, look how sparkly I am. And the reason that Edward's doing this is because he's already been denied of the Volturi. His basically, suicide request. Aye. His suicide request form has been denied. Yes. And basically the reason given is because his gifts are too powerful and they don't want to lose them.
I think that's fair.
Fair enough.
Quite a good mind reader.
That's it.
But not for Bella.
Nope.
Alice tells Bella that she is determined not to let Edward kill himself out of guilt over Bella's death. Jacob is obviously begging her to stay, but she's like, absolutely not. I'm off to see my Edward. Alice and Bella rush to Italy to save Edward, and we get this really weird travel montage.
It's freaking odd. We get a big Virgin America plane, right, for different angles, and then we get some sort of rolling fields, and then we get a yellow sports car overtaking a tractor, and that's us in Italy. Boom.
Yeah, boom. It is beautiful. It's very nice.
The cinematography is cool.
It is cool.
You can't no say that it's no good in this movie. It is good.
It is, and it's particularly good in this part. Like they arrive in Volterra, and which looks like a beautiful city. It's lovely, but they've got this yellow sporty car riding all the way through these like historic old streets.
Where did they get this freaking sports car?
She stole it.
Oh.
They talk about it. They're saying like, I assume you didn't rent this car, and she's like, no.
Because stole something more inconspicuous, perhaps.
I know.
Anyway.
But to be fair, it's a very fast car, and that's what they needed. They have arrived in Volterra on San Marco's Day, which is specifically celebrating the day that vampires were expelled from the city. Which is ironic. Alice drops Bella off as she knows that Edward can't see her coming. He can't hear her thoughts. But as we know, Edward is going to do his plan at noon when the sun is at the highest. And when she gets dropped off, it is 5 to 12.
Dun, dun, dun.
She's only got 5 minutes.
So basically the reason that Bella has to go is because he can't read her thoughts, and if Alice goes, he'll know that she's coming.
Yes.
But, my argument would be that Alice is a vampire and is very fast, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I think they probably both should have gone.
Yeah, aye.
Like, why couldn't Alice give Bella a lift and they would have got there in 30 seconds?
Get on my back, Spider Monkey, let's go.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Also, I like the Spider Monkey reference. Good job.
Thanks.
You're a true twihard.
I remember stuff sometimes. And no, I'm not a twihard. I know I'm not on anybody's team. Nomad. Me.
She makes it just in time to stop Edward revealing himself by running across the square at full pelt, including across a fountain. Like, no stopping.
Straight across. Gets wet and everything.
And she gets there just as Edward's stepping out into the sunlight, and a little girl does clock Edward's sparkly skin, but she's the only one.
So nobody believes her because she's a child, probably.
Exactly that.
So it seems to me that vampires are definitely part of the... Everyone knows that they existed at some point then? Is that what they're trying to say here? Or is it more of a mythological sort of recognition of events? Like...
Yeah, I think it's just a
we
bit
get that around the world.
Yeah, kind of tall tale, folklore sort of thing. I don't understand why Bella didn't just shout when she entered the square.
Foos! Like
yeah,
that, right
exactly.
Across the square.
Sorted. That would have got her there much faster. She'd use whirlwind sprint. But anyway.
We're playing Skyrim right now.
Yeah, you can probably tell.
Yeah.
Edward tells Bella that he has always loved her and only left to protect her, which has clearly backfired.
And I will always lie.
I've got my lighter out. I was hoping you were going to do the Dolly version.
Oh, Dolly, man. I love Dolly. Then you get me started, you can't not get to shut up if you mention
Exactly,
Dolly.
I'm going to keep going. However, the Volturi determine that Bella, a human who knows that vampires exist, must either be killed or transformed into a vampire herself.
Fair.
Yeah, that's their laws. They don't have many. The Volturi are led by Arrow, who's played by Michael Sheen, who also can read minds.
Michael Sheen outacts everybody in this bit with like 2 lines.
Yeah, without even really trying.
He's amazing.
He's so good.
He's such a cool guy. I saw that thing about all the stuff he does for charity and stuff.
He
gives loads of the earnings he makes from his movies to like charities and stuff. The guy is freaking awesome.
He is a super proud Welshman. Like, I think he's done a lot of work with trying to keep the Welsh language alive.
He's class.
The Volturi also includes Jane, who we meet, who is played by Dakota Fanning.
Aye.
Yes.
Didn't even notice.
Dakota Fanning, or Jane, helps herd Edward and Bella down to see the Volturi by entering them into a lift.
It's the most random thing I've ever seen. Why did we get a shot of all these people in a lift? It is pointless.
I really like it. They pass by the human secretary to get in.
Yeah. I get that. There's a human secretary and they mention it, but having a shot of some people in a lift is something you'd get in like a tense action film where, somebody's about to kick off. Or like, because it's building tension. Yeah. Which is maybe what they were trying to do, but they don't because it's just random and makes no sense and no one cares.
Yeah, it was weird.
Well, people probably do care, but I'm not one of them.
Yeah.
And Edward looks sick. He looks unwell.
He does look quite unwell.
And also, it's like, see, at this point, I was at least tolerating this movie until Edward came back into it, and then I was like, oh, God. Here we go. Here's the faces again.
So when Arrow and the other Volturi are talking to Edward about Bella, they are talking about the fact that Edward can't read Bella's thoughts. Because Arrow has the ability to read people's thoughts by touch.
He is always touching folk.
Yes, he has to be able to touch them. He was like, well, fine, I'll give it a go. So just because Edward can't read her thoughts, I'll give it a bash. So Arrow tries to read Bella's mind and can't do it. And he's like, okay, well, we'll see if it's just mind reading or whether there's other powers that don't work on you. So it gets Jane to use her power on Bella, and her power is to be able to torture people with her thoughts.
Yeah, she can cause pain with her brain pain.
Yes, she can.
Okay, so she goes to do it to Bella.
Yes.
And Edward intercepts it. How? I do not know. That is not how brain pain works, nor Mahid. Brain pain means that you pick someone and you go, pain with my brain, and then it makes them have pain with your brain, right? Edward somehow intercepts it. Doesn't make any sense. It's not like some sort of bullet, unless it is. Maybe it's like some sort of bullet, and he's like, no, and intercepts it, and then he gets the brain pain. I don't know.
It must be something like that. Somebody must know. Maybe it's more explained in the book.
Also, this is where I wrote, Bella's immune to vamp magic?
Question mark?
Yeah, because I had no idea.
Yes.
There you go, cool.
It hadn't really been explained by that point because she's not really been around too many other
I
vampires.
didn't think it had. I feel like I'd have picked it up more.
Yeah, no.
Like, I know it's definitely, maybe I'm the daft one, I'm always talking about how slow Bella is, but I think throughout the movie throughout the two movies so far, you've seen her not being able to read her mind and all the rest of it. It should have been clear as day, and I'm like,
No, but we weren't sure if it was anybody else's powers because we've never actually tested it.
yeah.
So there we go. The Volturi have done their job. Very good. Arrow's had enough of all this though, and he unleashes his guards. Dimitri, who's played by Charlie Bewley, and Felix, who is Daniel Cudmore, to kill Bella. Terribly.
It is terrible. We'll kill her.
Yeah, he's had enough.
Why?
I think because he's frightened at the fact that she's immune to all her powers.
Right, so it's like, well, can't have this, get her killed.
Because we also don't know that if she became a vampire, how powerful her gifts would be.
Oh, is that what we're alluding to now?
Think so, yes.
Cool.
Edward tries to save her, but he's no match for the collective strength of the Volturi.
For some reason, Edward's face cracks.
Yeah, he gets hit really hard.
Yeah, but why does his face crack? That doesn't happen to people when they get hit.
Because he's a vampire.
But since when has the face cracking thing been a thing?
Remember when they rip people's heads off and limbs off and stuff that is like concrete?
Does that happen in the first one? I just
Yeah,
remember
it
them sort of
happens
ripping them and then they set them on fire or something.
They do set him on fire, yes. But
Then they have a
no.
little dance around the fire. That's
They
the
do
best
have a
part
little
of the first
dance around
one.
the fire.
At the end, they kill that James guy. They rip off his head and they burn him, and then they're just like, do a little fire dance.
Yeah, but no, when they're ripping the heads off and the arms off, it kind of looks like stone being broken.
All right, weird,
Yeah.
All right, fair enough, cool.
So I think that's the kind of visual.
It's a stylistic choice.
It is a stylistic
All
choice. Alice steps in and stops the Volturi from killing Edward by sharing the prophecy that she has seen of Bella becoming a vampire.
Yeah, I forgot about this. She does do that.
Yeah.
Alice saves the day.
Yes, she does.
And so I assume that Arrow can see what she sees by touching her because he does that.
That's right, yeah. So he can read her mind and she won't be able to lie to him.
And then we just see Edward and Bella running through the woods, which tells us absolutely sweet FA. So I'm like, all right, cool. Is that the vision?
Yeah, that's...
Oh, they're going to be running through the woods. Sound.
Yeah.
That's all right then.
They don't look vampire-y at all.
Nope.
No.
No vampiric features, eyes, or anything.
They're not even sparkly. I wouldn't mind if they were sparkly.
Nope, they are just walking through the forest.
They're literally just running through the forest.
So I think it's the scenario, all right, well, fine, we'll let you go, but we're going to check on you later.
Yeah, basically that's it. That's exactly what they say. Is like they're like, right, well, we'll be around to check.
Right, and what happens next is absolutely bizarre because it's horrific.
Yeah.
But it cracked me up because it was just so funny. There's a tour group, and their way out, there's a tour group getting brought in, and they're all got their cameras, they're like, oh, this is so cool. And then all you hear is them getting shut in the room, and then they all start screaming.
Yeah, the
Because they're all being
Volturi
killed and
eat the
murdered
tourists.
and eaten.
Yes, that's right.
It's like Bella does nothing to stop it. Now, I understand she's in a stressful situation, she's getting taken away, and she's about to... But it's another example, in my opinion, of these guys trying to save their own skin, and they do nothing about the tour group. They
Yeah.
don't mention it, they don't say anything to them, they don't intervene in any way at all.
Especially, it's quite a large group.
It's a huge group.
It's like
So-
20 folk.
So how can she have her conscience clear, leaving, no saying anything, knowing that that's what they're about to what's about to happen to them?
She don't give no hoots because she wants to be one of them.
Because she's a dick.
Yeah.
That's why.
She has a disdain
She's a
for all
s-
human life.
She's a selfish dick.
She is indeed.
She's going through some shit, and I recognise that.
Mhm.
She's not dealing with it the best way.
Never.
And she perhaps hasn't had the best support network.
Yes.
Her dad is trying his best. She gets rejected of everyone she knows. Unfortunately, everybody she likes is a vampire, werewolf, or other,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
She's not having the best time, and I recognise that. But she could have said something in this
She could have
scenario,
done something.
and that would have been Bella's redemption.
Yeah, no, there's no redemption for Bella.
No redemption for Bella. At least no here, anyway.
No. So the Italian escapade is over, and they return to Forks. And Bella forgives Edward for leaving her. No, that's nice. You get a scene inside Bella's bedroom where Charlie is basically grounding her forever
Yeah, he does say that.
because she just basically left a note and left, and she'd been on a 3-day round trip to Italy.
Yeah, it must be hard for him. She's just pissed off for 3 days. But I appreciated that they at least referenced that with Charlie. Instead of
Yeah.
just
glossing over it.
Which they do with most other things. So
Yeah.
it was quite good to see that.
Yeah. And you see when Edward is in the bedroom, he says that Charlie wasn't very thrilled to see him come back.
No.
And it's kind of insinuated that he did try to come through the front door to see Bella, but that didn't go down very well.
At least he tried.
He did try.
Used the door like a person.
We see then that Bella has returned to the Cullen household and they're all there. Lovely, very nice. And they're going to hold a vote as to whether Bella should become a vampire or not.
You all know what I want, and I know how much I'm asking for. The only thing I can think of for it to be fair is to just vote.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Shut up.
Why does she want to spend the rest of eternity with a guy she holds such disdain for? Clearly, because you hear the way she's like, shut. She's so annoyed.
She is so
See, when
annoyed.
you get so annoyed, and that's how you're like, right? That's what she does.
Yeah. And
To the guy that she's supposed to love.
it's bizarre.
The guy that she's been pining over, and now she's really pissed.
She wants her way regardless of what it costs.
Yeah.
She's a brat. So the Cullens hold their vote, with the majority of the family voting yes, with the exception of Edward and Rosalie. Later on, Jacob and Edward have a catch-up, and Jacob reminds Edward of the treaty the Cullens made with the Quaalude tribe.
Oh, so we're bringing up the treaty again, yeah.
Yeah, the treaty gets brought up here. They will not attack each other as long as the Cullens do not bite any humans, which is unfortunately what is necessary for Bella to become a vampire.
And Bella has to become a vampire so that she can walk through the forest like the Vision,
Exactly.
right?
Edward is a bit weird here. Shocker. And he's like, oh, thanks for keeping Bella alive when I left her. But it's like, that's such an odd reaction.
Aye.
Such an odd reaction.
Does he say that?
He does, yeah. But I wonder if it's because he's trying to say that he wants to keep Bella alive. But anyway, Bella argues that if it is her choice, then the conversion is not covered as part of the treaty. But Jacob is adamant and says he will not allow Bella to become one of the vampires.
I think we need to pull out the paperwork for this treaty and really look at the small print.
Yeah.
There's no other way
100%.
around this. We need to find the treaty. That's probably what happens in the next movie.
Yeah, they call the lawyers in.
Yeah.
And that's where all the budget went. Bella admits to Jacob that she loves Edward and always choose him over Jacob.
At some point during the proceedings, Jacob wolfs out,
Yeah.
to take a quote from Enid for Wednesday.
Yeah, I've written down that Jacob must go through so many drawers.
Oh, God, aye.
Yeah.
It's like Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
That's why he gets the really stretchy ones.
He does. Spandex is his friend. Yeah, so Bella tells Jacob and Edward that they cannot hurt each other without hurting her as they come to blows.
So I don't understand why the treaty matters, but we could just leave forks and then it'll not be a problem.
Yeah, they could do that.
So I've solved it. That's what happens in the next one.
Sorted. Jacob.
Right, we're going for the big finale now.
Yeah.
Wait for this if you've never seen this movie before.
Yeah,
Oh!
this is the big finale. So Jacob.
This is our EastEnders-esque ending here.
Yeah, it's a bit soap opera. So Jacob heads off after the little argument there. He heads off. Edward tells Bella that he will change her into a vampire only if she marries him. The end.
Wow.
Yeah. So Mikey, what did you think of your new favourite movie?
Didn't even. Right, okay. Right, and you know what, right? It's better than the first one, I think. Honestly. I saw some people online being like, oh, it doesn't have the same charm the first one has. The first one is, I think, a terrible film in every way. Mm-hmm. They had zero budget and they had zero time, and so it really showed. Do you know what I mean? With this one, they had more budget and more time, but still somehow managed to make the same mistakes for somehow. I don't know. But it was still better, right? There were some really cool scenes. I mentioned this scene with the Victoria Forest chase, even if I don't think it has any bearing on the plot.
No.
Which, by the way, is super thin and all over the place, and I don't really know what the focus of this film is. The music was good, obviously, like we said, it was Alexandra Desplat. The shots of the forest and that cinematography at some bits were fantastic.
Yeah, okay.
So they really did, I think there's parts where the cinematography was clearly well thought, and they had someone who knew what they were doing. But unfortunately, one person or few people, like the guy that does the music and the guy that does the cinematography, aren't going to make a great movie.
No.
They're going to make it sound good, and they're going to make bits of it look good, but that's about it. The film is horrible. It's a total mess. It's terribly written, right? It's some of the worst dialogue I've ever seen, ever, right? To the point where I often had to say to you, what's going on?
Yeah, you did.
Because I couldn't understand what the point was in the conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? It doesn't feel like a movie, but like I think I said this earlier actually, it's like a long episode of a Disney Channel show or something that I've never seen any of, right? It's like it's plonked in the middle, and it's it's relying on the films around it, so it doesn't have a point or purpose in this one film. If you watch each of the Lord of the Rings films, for example, each one tells a solid story whilst telling a continuous, epic, probably the best narrative ever told, right? Just thought I'd give you a bit of juxtaposition. Twilight, Lord of the Rings, mentioned in the same breath, eh? There isn't, we don't have that. There's no this isn't rounded off in any way. I did think a few times that the story could work if they rewrote a lot of it, rewrote the dialogue, and changed the cast. So, do you know what I mean?
Basically start again.
Yeah, and it's like you said, like it feels like possibly they're using the book as the source material, and the book could be part of the problem.
Yes.
Right? So we could make it good, but we have to basically discard the books and rewrite the dialogue and everything else, recast, and so we might as well just make a new movie. Do you know what I mean? Kristen Stewart is I don't know, I'm trying not to be mean, but she's not good, right?
No. Yeah.
Her face, I've said this a lot, but her face does not change through most of the movie. She doesn't make any facial expressions. She doesn't feel anything she's saying.
No.
Even when she's very, very sad.
Yes.
It doesn't really come across. Nothing is portrayed to us as a viewer, right? And it's constant, so you get zero emotional connect.
Yeah.
With her or anything that's happening. So there is no emotional investment when watching this thing, I don't think, because you can't feel it.
Yes, I agree with you.
You know, that's to do with depth and a lot of other things that they sort of don't do in this film. And the ending had me absolutely deed the other night because it's a soap opera ending. It's the kind of thing you'd get at the end of EastEnders or Coronation Street, or if a child had written a story.
Yeah.
And then he
died.
said, "You can marry me." And then he'd be like, you know, that's what it feels like. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what I think of it. There is some pluses in there. I'm saying that, and I didn't want that to not be recognised. It was mentioned to me last time that folk felt I'd bashed Twilight, but that they kind of enjoyed that aspect of it.
Yeah.
And I'm just speaking the truth, to be fair.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
It's your opinion and you're entitled to it.
It's true, but I also, like I say, I do want to recognise that I did see some pluses here. It's not all terrible. Unfortunately, the things that are pluses aren't really to do with the fundamental makeup of the movie. The movie is fundamentally flawed.
Yes.
Completely, fundamentally flawed. It's one of the worst films I have ever seen, but no as bad as the first one.
Well, there you go.
There you go. All right.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not terrible. But anyway, with that in mind, Kat, what did you think of Twilight? Wait. What did you think of the Twilight Saga New Moon?
The Twilight Saga New Moon is a waste of time. It is 100% filler. It all feels like just moving pieces around the board, all stuff that could have definitely been condensed into another part of another film. I think it's really boring. I think it's not got a plot. I think the story's a mess. The dialogue's a mess. There's no development for any of the characters. It's just a waste of time.
Cool.
But it's hilarious.
Is there anything you liked about it?
Some of the cinematography was really good. Some of the settings...
we're both latching onto that because it was a nice thing about it. But...
Some of the settings are really nice. Charlie was really good. Harry, R.I.P., was really good. But it's a mess. It is a total mess. I do find that hilarious because it's such a prominent, profitable film.
I know, massively profitable. And people think this is insane, but these films are well liked by people like yourself and other folk we know who appreciate them because they're so entertaining, because they're so bad.
They're terrible. They're absolutely terrible.
It's something that I recognise that either people are in one or two camps. People are absolute twihards and love it and are buying tickets to the concert that's coming to Edinburgh and has been all over the world, I think, where people are playing live music to the movie and the movie's in the background and all the rest of it, right? But there's the other side of it where folk like yourself who are going to watch them because they're madly entertaining because they suck.
Yes.
And they're funny. It's like watching a silly comedy.
It is. And this is the one that I forget exists.
Right.
To be honest, because as I say, it's not that important and could have been added on to another film, but that's not profitable.
I'd argue that possibly the whole series isn't that important, but...
Oh, it's definitely not important.
Listen, it's no fair for me to really say that because for some folk it is.
Yeah, that's true.
Some folk like these movies, love these movies and love these books and they're entitled to do that.
Absolutely. They're doing nobody
Now,
any
I'm
harm.
not going to sit here and bash the books because I've not read them, right? But I know that as a movie, this did not work.
Yeah.
And the previous one was even worse.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that people can't enjoy it.
100%.
Whether that's for comedic purposes or it's because they find a connection with it.
Yeah.
I have just explained why I can't find a connection with it.
100%.
But other people do. And that's fair. They're allowed.
Yep, I agree.
Speaking of other people, I thought I'd look online and people were saying, in the sort of positive side of it, were saying that it was faithful to the books.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
similar to what you'd said, but the difference is it might not be structured the same way. The book might kind of make it flow a bit better. We don't know. You know what I mean? And if you're out there and you're listening to this and you have read all these Twilight books or are a Twilight fan, please tell us if this book does differ in structure and in coherency compared to the movie, because that would be interesting. People said the cinematography and music.
Yay.
Someone pointed out on Reddit, actually, how much they enjoyed the sort of forest chase scene.
Nice.
I did say it was actually quite cool.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? People enjoyed the growing drama and the change in Edward and Bella's relationship. There is no change in the relationship.
No.
I would argue that Edward just sort of leaves.
Well, I guess they're changing.
That's the change.
Yeah, but also they're changing relationship status. Engagement.
Hey, that's fair. I guess there is development in that walk, isn't there? But I don't know if she
getting
says
more
yes.
serious.
Don't know if she says yes. She might
I
not even
won't
marry
spoil
him.
it.
I feel like there's going to be a vamp wedding in the next one, and do you know what? I'm really mad because I can't wait. Someone even said that they felt Bella's pain when she's sitting in the window for months. Somebody said that on Reddit and they meant it.
To be
that's fair.
No, but I also think it's not a terrible depiction of depression, actually. You know, when you
No.
just can't get up and you can't do anything. And
I took the piss earlier on about the way that scene is because it doesn't fit with the rest of the film, quite frankly. But in any other film, it might have worked.
Yeah.
But it doesn't land in this one.
No, it's the tone, as you said earlier, the tone is really
Aye,
inconsistent.
it's weird.
And it
Like,
sits weirdly.
how can you make... I don't know, it just doesn't fit. It's like a piece of a jigsaw puzzle. You can force it all you want, but it's not going to make it flow. It's not going to fit. It's not going to make a complete picture. It's just going to look like shit. Do you know what I mean? That's what happens. But at the same time, like I say, I can understand why, because it's not terribly done. Perhaps if it was a different actor, I would have felt differently.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
So anyway, then I went and looked up and thought, well, I wonder what people thought of it who didn't like it. So a wee bit extra Reddit scrolling and etc. And people were saying on there that I know I go to Reddit a lot, but it's because Reddit's where the people are, right? But it's true, because people will go on Reddit and just chuck out their opinions like crazy.
Yeah.
So it can sometimes be a good place to collect not valuable information and not factual information, but people's opinions. That's why it's valuable to us when we're doing this, as well as the obvious Rotten Tomatoes reviews, which we'll get to shortly. But someone said that it lacks clear direction, which I think we can agree on.
Yeah.
Right? Zero acting commitment, and I think that comment was directed at Kristen Stewart. I'm unsure though. Terrible dialogue and visual effects.
Yep.
I've seen worse effects, but can't say the same for the dialogue, they said.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's pretty bad dialogue. It is pretty bad.
Slow, drawn-out pace.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It really feels like filler.
The portrayed relationships are completely superficial. Like, you know, there's just surface. There's nothing else there. There's no depth to it.
Nope.
And the tone is inconsistent. There's drama elements, romantic elements, and silly sort of rom-com elements.
Yeah.
All mixed in.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a way to do that. And it's like, I said to you the other day, how come this doesn't work? But then when you watch a film like, you know, a horror comedy, it works. Like Gremlins, I don't know. Whenever I think of horror comedy, Gremlins springs to mind. Because it is a horror film. When you're a kid, it can be scary. But it's funny. And how does it manage to balance that? How does that happen? But this doesn't work.
I think, like, romantasy is a genre all on its own. I think this doesn't even try to blend them.
Right.
At any point, like, there's bits that are, like,
I see what you're saying.
pure fantasy, where it's like, oh, I'm a werewolf. And there's bits that are kind of romance. Not great relationships, but romance nonetheless, where it's like, oh, you know, I've always loved you, sort of thing. But it never really melds together. It's always just like, now we'll have a bit of romance. Right, now we'll have a bit of fantasy. And it doesn't really, neither one impacts the other story, really. If you took all the fantasy out, and it was just two guys not really liking each other, it's the same story.
Yeah. I guess you've actually touched on something really valuable for me there, because you said that it doesn't blend the two things. Is that what we're missing here? Is that what these other films managed to do? Is to have the horror and the comedy elements, and it's not jarring, they blend them.
I think that's what I think.
There's a coherency between those two elements, and that's how you portray it. Whereas here, it's just plonk, 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 plonk.
Yes,
is that what you mean?
That's what I think.
It's really interesting. And I genuinely have been wondering and not been able to get my head around it, so you've helped me massively.
There you go.
See, that's why we do this.
So at the end of our recording of Twilight, I asked you to make
that was a while ago.
It was a while ago. I asked you to make some predictions about what was going to happen in New Moon.
Now, I'll tell you what, just to state for a fact, you asked me to do this and it was a class idea. It's something that they do in Oh My Glob a lot.
Oh, Oh, yeah.
So the episodes of Adventure Time that Amy hasn't seen, Matt will say, well, what do you think? And then they do it at the end. And it's funny. And it's one of my favourite bits of their show. So I'm glad we were able to try it.
Yes.
But I do not remember a damn thing I said because it was literally months ago.
Yes, it was.
So, all right, let's do this then.
Buckle your seatbelts, folks.
I forgot there was werewolves. I remember that much.
Yeah, no mention of werewolves. Another big group comes in, led by Victoria, called The Brood.
The Brood.
The Brood. James's brother is there as well.
Has James got a brother?
No.
Oh.
And he's going to try and take over Forks because they're the new moon. In the meantime, Bella goes to college at Forks University and studies to be a phlebotomist so she can siphon off blood for her expected child. Edward introduces a new family member,
Nah.
Edward introduces a new family member, Uncle Lardon, who is quirky and silly. Victoria kidnaps Bella because she wants to claim the unborn child for the Brood. But then the Cullen skinks come in and save the day by setting Victoria on fire.
Did they do the dance? Did I say that?
No.
No.
Laurent is the last left fleeing into the woods. The end. And what did Uncle Lardon have to do with the story?
He's the comic relief. Right? Now, listen. Please, be honest. Did I just write a better movie than New Moon?
Definitely.
Really?
Yeah, because I had a better story.
God.
Especially loved Uncle Lardon.
Uncle Lardon's my favourite. I love that guy.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Also, I don't know what the new moon are up to.
The New Moon?
Yeah, so there's the Brood and there's the new moon.
Who's the New Moon?
James's brother is there as well, and he is going to take over Forks because they're the new moon.
Oh, because they splintered into two groups, the Brood versus the New Moon.
Ah, I see,
Right?
yes. Okay, cool. Well, you managed to hit 0% of what that film is about.
I'll tell you though, does any of that stuff happen in any of the movies though?
No comment.
Oh, so I've touched on something clearly. Right, Kat, let's do trivia because it has to be more interesting than most of this movie.
Guaranteed it will be. After months of speculation and rumours, director Chris Weitz and the novel's author Stephanie Meyer confirmed on her official website that Taylor Lautner would be reprising his role as Jacob Black.
Right.
It was doubted.
Why does that matter? Of course he was going to, no?
Well.
Right.
It was doubted as the filmmakers feared that he would not be able to become fit enough in time. However, he was given the go-ahead after gaining 26 pounds of muscle for this role.
Good man. That guy rocks.
I know. What
a legend.
What a Herculean effort. They thought they were going to have to recast him. And that was the intention the whole time.
What a legend. That's class. I genuinely, right? Someone that now is trying to get stronger, right? That is remarkable. What a legend.
It's amazing. It's absolutely
Well
amazing.
done, that guy.
Yeah. And he's still buff now.
There was a wholesome takeaway for this episode then.
There was.
Taylor Lautner rules. There you go.
Yes, he does.
I tell you he was the cooler one.
Yeah.
To be fair, Pattinson has had an amazing career, as mentioned earlier.
Team Jacob.
I'm not a team. No teams.
While Carlisle is cleaning Bella's wounds after the party, when he burns the blood-soaked gauze, the gauze forms the flower that is present on the New Moon book cover. This is similar to what Melissa Rosenberg did for the Twilight film, where Edward catches the apple. So she's managing to write in the book covers into the movies.
That's cool.
Yeah, and that's why that weird scene feels a bit awkward, though, when he burns the gauze.
Just like the apple in the first one.
Yes, because she's trying to shoehorn them in.
Does this continue?
I can't remember.
I'm hoping so.
I'm sure it will.
So I can see what other scene looks absolutely awkward out of place and shit. Then we're like, oh, that'll be a book cover scene then.
Try and spot it for the next one.
I'll have a look at the cover.
When Michael Sheen was cast as Arrow, he had no clue of what the character was or what his characteristics
That's
were.
why he said yes.
He learned as much as he could, including the character's backstory from his daughter, Lily Mo Sheen, who is a fan of the series.
Lily Mo. That's a cool name.
Yeah, that's what it says.
That's a great way to try and learn, eh?
Totally, who better?
I've heard that kind of thing before, like Jack Black when he made the Minecraft movie. He played it and his kids were mad into it and he was like, one of the reasons I did it was because my kids love Minecraft so much. So he was like, that's why I did it. And why wouldn't I want to do it?
Exactly.
And he had a blast doing it and I had a blast watching it.
Excellent. The film was released on November 20th, 2009 in most countries and set domestic box office records as the biggest midnight screening, grossing 26.3 million, which was superseded by its sequel, Eclipse.
What? You kidding?
No, I am not.
I get annoyed though because you can go on about everybody getting really excited about this film, but, right, after seeing the first one, but you know what it didn't have?
I know. That was definitely a lack.
There's no hoa hoa hoas.
I like the hoa hoa hoas.
Ken, you had that song on in the car about 3 times in a row the other day when we nipped out to get some.
No, I did it on purpose.
I was on repeat and I was like, you know what, I'm not even mad. By the way, what's the song?
Eyes on Fire by Blue Foundation.
That song is actually good.
It's
If you
a good
listen to
song.
it in its entirety, that little is only kind of the intro.
Yeah, it's only the first
The,
30
re- the,
seconds.
the song is actually good.
It is good. It's
So
a good
I
song.
will put a link to the song, a YouTube link, in the show notes because you should check out the whole song.
I would agree.
And it's not even in this movie.
I know. And that's the reason you should like it more.
Aye.
You know how we loved Jessica's line? Anna Kendrick when she's leaving the movie
leper
theatre.
bit, yeah.
Most of that dialogue was improvised.
Anna Kendrick's class. And I'll tell you, how come a line that's improvised by a young person of that age, just a bit of improv, is one of the standout lines for us. When we watched it, we were like, that's one of the most genuine things in the movie.
Totally. The delivery was genuine. The line is hilarious. And it fits her character perfectly that she doesn't remember playing.
Aye.
Taylor Lautner hated the long wig. He absolutely hated the long hair
It
wig.
does look a bit daft. I actually had my notes. I didn't say earlier because we glossed over it, but I was like, when does he lose the hair?
Oh, the hair's
I'm
brutal.
a fan of long hair. I used to have long hair.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd suit it new, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's a cool look, but I was like, that is a wig.
It was a terrible wig as well. Oh, Lord. Yeah, not good. So, we mentioned the name of the movie earlier, Face Punch.
Yes.
And I did say we'd circle back to
I
it.
really want to know what this is.
Yeah, now we're going to circle back. So in the book, the name of the movie Bella goes to see with Mike and Jacob is called Crosshairs.
Oh, right. It's a different movie.
However, the title was changed to Face Punch as there was already a film entitled Crosshairs. So they didn't want to reference a real film, which I get.
So they called it Face Punch.
Face Punch. Yeah, why not?
I genuinely think it was them poking fun to make out all these boring movies or the movies that you see at the cinema. You're just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like they were poking fun at the whole movie industry, I think, here, which
Definitely.
they really are in no place to do.
I also wonder if it's actually entirely the opposite and that they just came up with the first thing they thought of.
Aye,
Just name an action movie.
Face Punch. Aye, but because they think I think it's because they thought it was funny.
Yeah, I think so too.
But that's the problem when we talked about the tone and everything, doesn't he? You know what I mean?
And at some point,
It would be funny in another movie if you went and was seen a comedy film and there was a film called Face Punch. It was like, lol.
Yeah.
But that doesn't have that effect here.
No, and at some points this movie does feel really lazy.
Aye, totally.
We've got one last bit of trivia, and it's an absolute corker. This film is included on Roger Ebert's most hated list.
Roger Ebert had a most hated list. I need to get my hands on this list.
Yeah, you do.
That would be class, eh?
It'll be so interesting to see what's on there.
If I can find the list, I will pop it in the show notes so
Excellent.
people can see what's on it. I have an announcement to make.
Oh, really?
It's very exciting. The Twilight Saga, New Moon, had a Wilhelm scream. I honestly couldn't contain my excitement when we watched this.
I was so excited. I was
Like,
so sadly
Oh my
excited.
God, there's a Wilhelm scream. Now, the Wilhelm scream comes in at the bit where they're watching Face Punch.
Yes.
So again, I feel like this is another way of them poking fun at the movie industry by sliding it in. I think it just furthers the fact that they're leaning into the stereotypes to really make it silly, which again, like we said, tonally doesn't fit. But that's why they've got the Wilhelm scream in there, I think.
Yes.
And it comes in at 50 minutes and 12 seconds. If you want to hear it yourself, you can.
There you go. And you can stay and watch the rest of Face Punch while you're there.
But no, honestly, I was like, and I did not see it coming. Wilhelm Scream number 3, season 1.
Yes.
The other 2 being in the same movie.
I know, weird, eh?
Goofy movie, episode 6.
Another one you wouldn't expect.
No. Alright, Kat, what about lines though? Did you have a favourite line for this movie? We didn't pick too many out because, quite honestly, there wasn't many that stood out to us. There was a few standout lines, but largely it was just a mass of shit dialogue in this movie.
Yeah,
so, which kind of made it difficult.
It did make it a bit more difficult. I do have to say that I do think Jessica's line of leprosy.
I don't know why you want to sit through all those zombies eating people and no hot guys kissing anybody. It's gross. It's like, why are there so many zombie movies anyway? Is it supposed to draw a parallel about leprosy? My cousin had leprosy. It's not funny,
I'm sorry, Kat, but that was great.
Thank you. I missed my calling, honestly.
Oh, it was so funny. It's like maybe you were a teenage girl once.
A long time ago. A long time ago now.
Honestly, it was really funny. It made me laugh.
It was good fun to deliver as well, compared to Bella's lines.
My favourite line was from Harry.
Our favourite.
rest in peace.
Yes.
When they're going to go hunting or bear hunting or fishing or whatever it is, absolutely cracks me up. Hey, look, I don't have to go fishing today. Yes, you do.
Yeah, you do. Go. What are you talking about? Just be careful.
Always am. Those bears won't get the drop on me, Bella. My kung fu is strong. It's so good. Like it stands out again as a funny moment, a silly moment, a bit that made me laugh, and a bit that I'll always remember.
Yeah.
And it lands, and I love that.
Yeah.
And that guy is funny, and it's a shame that Harry's not going to be in the sequels.
Sadly, no.
What was your favourite sound in this movie?
I have a very particular favourite sound.
Oh, aye.
And there's a really unusual piece of like harpsichord sort of sound.
Mm-hmm.
When they're having the birthday party chaos fight.
Oh yeah, the smash through the dresser sort of thing.
100% unnecessary.
Intense.
I don't know if the Splat wrote it, but I loved it. So even if he did, it's not a criticism. It is a piece of joy.
He's wrote stuff like that before though. Like I'm still convinced that perhaps he wrote the music for the part where they're running through the forest, which I mentioned to you earlier. Because he can flex a wee bit and try different things. He's not scared to do that.
Yeah, definitely.
So it could be him. Don't know. Could be a sound effect added later. No idea. My favourite sound is the weird noise that Bella makes when she goes to kiss Edward, and it's really weird.
It's so odd.
I know. It's so quick, but I was just like, what was that?
It's so weird.
Why is he like...
I don't know. Like, you're too keen. That's the sort of sound that happens when like the sticky toffee pudding gets brought out for me. Like, yeah.
I had another couple of favourite sounds. I don't want to see if I can find them. There you go. Just a tad dramatic, Bella.
Yeah, I bet they're glad that house is detached. Like, they've got no neighbours for like a mile. Because I don't want to live next door to that, that's for sure.
As for if they said the Twilight Saga New Moon, they did not say the name of the film in the film.
How did they not manage to get that in the excellent dialogue they had?
I know, that excellent title as well.
Yeah.
This is the Twilight Saga New Moon.
I wouldn't have been shocked if they actually did do that.
No, that would not surprise me, not with this particular film. Okay, Kat, I have scoured the depths of Rotten Tomatoes to find some reviews for you.
Excellent.
Spoiler though, there is no Stephen C. this time.
Oh, sad.
I checked, he had not done a review for this movie.
Ah.
But we do have some other ones. So, a user called Tommy D said, relentlessly downcast tone and excessive length. 4 stars.
Oh, right, okay. 4 stars is brave.
But after a review like that, maybe they don't understand how the star system works. Maybe they thought they've left one empty one and that's one. I don't know.
Maybe.
Brad SR, he says, ghastly to the point of self-parody. 1/2 star.
Ooh, now I can see that Brad SR is a gentleman after our own hearts.
Aye, totally. Next person was more of a fan, and I'm going to again read verbatim and try and insert emojis where they are, because there's a lot of emojis here. Julia B says, wolf emoji, vampire emoji, popcorn emoji, little clap clap clapper movie snapper emoji, and camera emoji. And then says, please y'all stop hating on this movie. For the first time I watched it recently, 2025, and fell in love. Every time I cry, spoiler! And there's exclamation mark emojis on either side of that. Right?
Wow, okay.
Edward leaves Bella in the woods, and when she becomes depressed, again verbatim, this movie is so amazing! Starry eye emoji. If you're Team Edward like me, you might get a bit sick of Jacob taking the spotlight, but the movie and plot itself is great. Please just watch this movie and I promise it will become one of your top movies. It's also one of my favourites in the saga. 5 stars.
Wow. I'm not surprised that's a 5-star review.
Julia B was into it.
Yeah. Is it one of your favourite movies now you've watched it?
Nah.
Julia B has reneged on her promise.
Sorry, Julia B. The next reviewer is from Obi-Wan K. Make of that what you will. Obi-Wan K.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, okay.
I get it.
Just ass. It's not an opinion. It's a fact. 1 star. Just ass.
Just ass. Hey, he should know. He taught Edward how to do that little ghosty swishy swish thing.
If he's even there, who knows?
Who knows?
Tonya K, they said, okay, so the acting of Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson definitely improved in this movie.
What?
And I really liked the movie. 4 stars.
I think that might be one of their mums.
maybe, I don't know, like I just feel like to say that it improved, I'm not even sure that's true.
I don't think it's true.
I can't say whether what's worse, to be fair. It's just a terrible thing to say. But I can't tell you which one the acting's worse than. I really can't. The next reviewer has a little bit of a longer name. It is Deepest Bluest Suede Darius Dick Stinger Apini Emmanuel Grouch Newcomb, a.k.a. The Rumble, a.k.a. Jenny Any, Mick Poopface, Bridgerton, a.k.a. The Count of Monte Fisto.
Wow, I am so impressed you managed to get that all out.
Would you like to hear it again?
Yes?
Deepest Bluest Suede Darius Dick Stinger Apini Emmanuel Grouch Newcomb III, a.k.a. The Rumble, a.k.a. Jenny Any, Mick Poopface, Bridgerton, a.k.a. The Count of Monte Fisto.
Right, being truly honest, Mikey managed to do those both, like, straight off the bat.
Yeah.
There's been no other takes of that, which is incredible considering we trip over our words all the time.
We do. There's a lot of editing goes into this thing. Normally, they said, I'm a vampire! That's the review. And it is 1.5 stars.
1.5 stars.
After all that.
So, Mikey, for you, was this film fresh, rotten, or, as Twilight was, rank rotten?
Rank rotten.
Oh, right, okay, not even a hesitation.
Nah.
Nah.
I didn't really have to tell you anything else. I've told you what I thought of it.
You have.
It was a disaster.
It is a disaster.
You can watch it and be highly entertained by the ridiculousness on display. It is nothing much happens.
Yeah.
I feel like this was their way to try and introduce the sort of wolf element more than anything, which they could have done if they focused on it. They didn't. They went all over the place.
Yeah.
They could have focused on maybe, there's other ways to go about this thing, and they didn't approach. I think they just fired straight in because they wanted to make that sweet, sweet money. That's what I feel.
I wholeheartedly agree with you.
But regardless, people out there enjoy it and love it, and these films are going to be immortalised for people forever.
Goodness,
Whether
yeah.
it be for our reasons for enjoying them because they're so bad, or because people actually love them, you make up your own mind. We say this all the time on here, but I know I've went on about how much I don't like this film. But you're allowed to like it, man. I didn't care. I'm just telling you what I thought.
Just your opinions, man.
For the purposes of entertainment, I'm genuinely telling you what I thought of it, right? And if you disagree with it, that's fine. You're allowed to, and I encourage it. And if you really like these films and you want to make a case, I'd love to hear it.
Definitely.
Because I really would, because I'd like to hear what people, that's why I went on to Reddit, and there's people that they're saying that they have an emotional connection with these characters in this film.
Yeah.
Which I can't see.
No.
But that's fine, because the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. Do you know what I'm saying?
Totally. That's what makes the world go round.
What might be right for you might not be right for some.
Exactly. Very good point, sir.
What about you, Kat? Fresh, rotten, rank rotten?
For me, this film is rank rotten. Because it's boring. Nothing much happens. The plot's so thin. And the dialogue and acting's not much better.
Yeah.
This is the one, as I say, I always forget about this one in the whole saga.
Fair.
And
I can see that.
I'm quite glad it doesn't stick in the memory.
Yeah. And also, I think I know the answer to this, Kat. But would you watch it again?
Oh, for sure.
Me too.
Oh, shame.
I know. No, listen. I would like to watch it without taking notes so I can just sit and enjoy it, get a pack of sweeties and just sit and have a laugh, because that's what I feel. I feel this film has carved out this really unique position where people either are watching them because they find them so wildly entertaining because of their content, or because they really are into them. And if that's the case, like I say, that's cool.
Yeah.
And you've just told me you think it's rank rotten. It almost sounds like an enigma, but it's no, because it makes sense to me.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's so. If it was any less ridiculous, I wouldn't love them as much. And I have to say, as a pairing note, sweets is a good choice, but I would thoroughly recommend a curry with it. Because when I first watched these films, every time I'd have a curry.
Yeah.
And it's very good.
I remember it because I was unwell at the time and I was in hospital, and when I came out of the coma, you told me I've watched the Twilight movies, and I was like, you what?
Yeah. Sunday nights were Twilight
I was
nights.
like, what happens? You go to a coma and can't watch the Twilight movies.
You got to pass the time somehow.
And eat curry though, so
Wasn't all bad.
yeah, that's it. We'll do that then.
Yeah.
Right? Cool.
I think-
It's a date.
Technically, I only did it with the finale, so maybe we can try and do it for that one.
Aye, sound. Well, we can bide our time. I'll figure out what I want by then.
Yeah, don't worry. There's 2 more movies till we get to the finale.
Cool. So I've got to wait for my curry then.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'm willing to wait. Good things are worth waiting for. So, Kat, I'm very excited because, as we knew, the Twilight Saga New Moon was my choice of my mystery pick when you didn't know, so I don't know what the next film is. Kat, would you like to enlighten me and everyone else? What is the next film we'll be talking about on Rank Rotten?
Well, since you stole my mystery pick,
Okay, yeah.
I've had to pivot this week quite hard.
So you're not picking the next Twilight?
I am not picking the next Twilight. For my own sanity, I needed a break. You were really worried I was going to make us do a double bill, weren't you?
And you know what? I would have rolled with it, you know this, but I'm glad I got a wee break.
No, I'm afraid we're having a little break from Twilight. We're moving away from Forks.
Cool.
And we are watching a film I used to watch all the time when I was younger. It's a movie called A Cinderella Story.
What's that?
You'll find out next week.
Okay, I know. I didn't care anything about this, man. I didn't think.
Oh, you're going to love it.
Aye?
No.
Oh. What's that? Is this like a Disney film?
I don't think so.
Right.
It is a movie that stars Hilary Duff.
Oh, yeah.
It has Chad Michael Murray in it.
Who's that?
It's probably for the best you don't know.
Okay, I guess we would find out.
Yes, he was the star of One Tree Hill.
Oh, okay.
And he is Tristan in Gilmore Girls.
Oh, of course, yeah. I know who he is.
There you go.
I'm watching Gilmore Girls, so I know this.
Yeah.
I'm into it, and I'm excited.
It's got Jennifer Coolidge in it as well, and she is brilliant.
No way.
Yes, and Marina King.
Jennifer Coolidge, right, was great in Minecraft.
Yes, she was.
She doesn't steal the show, but her side plot is funny.
It's excellent.
You know, that's the kind of thing that a film about a video game where you build with blocks has got way more depth than frickin' Twilight New Moon.
To be honest, with this movie, it wouldn't take much.
I'm going to go and don my glass slippers.
Yes, absolutely.
Is there glass slippers? Or is it just like Ugg boots? I don't know. Is it a modern take on Cinderella? What is this?
I'm telling you nothing until next week.
I'm going in blind. Fine.
Excellent. Let's hitch Gus to the front of the carriage and get out of here.
I'm off. That's it. Glass slippers, dog, carriage, let's go.
Back by midnight, cup of tea.
Come on, man, it's too late. Can we not do like Casper and be back by 10?
Yeah, we're on Casper rules, I think.
Thanks for listening to Rank Rotten, guys. Please consider leaving us a wee rating and review, and you can find us on all our socials that we mentioned earlier. Most of them are at Rank Rotten Pod, I think, aren't they?
They are, yeah. We've been very good.
You can also chuck us a wee email. That's rankrottenpod@gmail.com if you want to have a wee chat with us. Say hello, tell us what you bought in your shopping yesterday. It doesn't matter.
We love a wee chat.
We love a wee chat. Thanks for joining us, guys, and we'll see you next time for a Cinderella story, apparently.
Yay! Bye!
Bye!